Sure. Go ahead.
You're hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
We know that they are going to wake up in 9 months.
Yes.
So how do I have? Okay. So how does that baby who has no potential of living outside of the mother's womb before a certain point in time, how do they have more life potential than me, who's going to wake up in 9 months and continue living my life? Oh.
Because you're older, and then they actually have more life to live.
So
because when you kill a baby, right? When you kill a baby, you're simultaneously killing not only the baby but also like them as a child, them as a teenager, them as an adult, them as a grandparent. You're killing them all along that line, and all of the kids that are connected.
By your logic again, like as long as that woman just gives birth and a serial killer kills them, I guess it's just less cringe, you know?
I mean, the serial killer thing is a completely different argument.
You don't want to have that. You keep bringing that up. Though.
No, we can have that argument, but like we can't have that argument unless we determine the value of human life. Because I don't know how you could possibly have that argument.
Well, you wanted to personally debate me on.
I've been trying to debate you on it for like the entire time. That's why I was asking you. Like that's why I was asking you. Like when, like is the human life subjective? Like this is all connected to answering that question. Like we cannot answer that question unless we cannot answer the question of like whether or not that was an appropriate thing to say until we go through these steps. It's the final boss of the argument.
An appropriate thing to say? I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't give a fuck personally. The appropriate thing to say? Wow.
What are you talking to me?
I don't care about what. No. I'm talking to you. I don't care about the appropriate thing to say. Okay, like if it's just the truth, it's the fucking truth. It's worth to engage in nuance. I personally don't care about the children who cannot. I'm gonna monologue.
Kill baby what? It's a leaflet debate.
Survive outside of the mother's womb past or before a certain.
I don't know what's happening, but there's a debate going on.
No intention or no willingness to give agency to that living being. Me personally, it's a different story when the mom is going through the story. Like they're absolutely not going in there happy willy-nilly. Excited to get rid of babies, and even if you think it's wrong for them to fucking give an abortion, that's not up to you, and I don't care. I personally just don't care. If you don't care that I will wake up in 9 months in the future because an unborn baby has more life expectancy than me, then I don't understand how the conversation can fucking continue. You just don't value human life to the same degree that I do. I actually think about what what is best for the baby past like what 22.
You're saying so I mean your point. This is you're making the point that I value human life so much I'm okay with killing the kid.
No, you value human life less. You value human life less.
It's not possible.
You don't want to engage in nuance. You don't. You want to engage in nuance with the trans stuff, obviously. You want to engage in nuance there. But with abortion, you don't. You just said all baby killing is just bad, basically. No nuance needed. It's just bad.
Yes, all baby killing is bad. That's right.
And I think that's cringe.
True.
That's
true.
That's so cringe. Like, you're loading it. You're loading it. I don't... Like, people can clip. Okay, clip it. Whatever. I don't care. People can clip it. That's just so cringe. Like, no nuance is worthy to engage with to where it's no longer cringe. Like, you think it's less cringe for a serial killer who enjoys killing babies.
Oh, let me put it on screen.
Abortion.
That's why I asked you. That's why I asked you. You said nuance, right? I said, give me a situation of nuance. And that's what I'm
Is it supposed to be on screen? Is it supposed to be off screen? Yeah, fuck y'all. Only I'm watching this. You guys don't get to watch this. Only I get to watch it.
Where is the value? Where does the value reside in the baby? Where is it?
Guys, look, I'm part of it. I'm over here.
The pre 20-week baby, where does the value come from? Where is it?
Look, Chad, I'm part of it.
The value doesn't come from me. The value doesn't come from me.
Yes, where does it come from? From where?
The value comes from the intention to take that child.
Or you know what? Hold on.
Which is subjective, right? So the value of the child is subjective. That's the only thing I can infer from you saying that.
Chad, look, I'm part of it. I'm in this booth.
What does that mean? What does that do for
you? Up here.
I keep telling
Chad,
you.
I'm here. Look, I'm part of it.
Whether or not the child has value,
let me full screen it.
On whether the mom feels like it.
So what does that do
I think they're turning the frogs game. Look, Chad, I'm part of it.
What I'm saying is that your idea of the value of life is subjective.
Let's go. Chad, I'm in the debate. Let's go.
Like what the mother wants, which is why I think you value life less, because I don't think it's subjective.
No, I value life way, way more than you do.
You just said it was subjective. You just said life is subjective to a person's whims.
I didn't.
Yes, it's their whims, whether or not they want to have the kid or not.
How many times do I have to say professional evaluation, professional evaluation, professional evaluation, professional evaluation, professional evaluation?
The professional evaluation of the it is based on the value of the life is dependent on the mom and the doctor having a meeting and talking about it. Subjective. It's still subjective.
That's not.
It is. It's subjective. What can it be?
So what does this do? What else can it be? What does this do for? What does this do for you? Whether it's subjective or not, what does it do for you? Are you engaging with what I'm actually saying?
Yes, you're telling me that you value. You're telling me that you value human life more, and I'm saying that's not true because you're saying it's subjective. I'm saying it's not. That's subjective.
All I'm saying. That's all. So you can just repeat back what I said, like what I've explained multiple times. You can kind of like repeat back, like what my position is on this.
You're not admitting. You're not admitting the thing. Like you're not admitting the logical conclusion of your argument.
You're trying to do the thing right now. You want me to like. Oh, you don't value human life. You think it's subjective, and I'm like, no, I don't think that's kind of cringe.
Hello?
That's what you said.
I don't like.
Guys, can I get a word?
That's cringe.
Well,
how is it not subjective then, from your point of view? How is it not?
Well,
how is it not?
Guys, let me.
How is it not? You
can
keep saying nuance, but it doesn't change the fact that it's subjective. So I'm asking you, okay, tell me how it's not subjective.
If I could get a word,
if I'm misunderstanding, if I am misunderstanding you, explain how it's not subjective.
No, can you engage with what I'm saying?
If I could,
I really am.
If I can get a word in.
No, I'm tired of me
saying
something and you asking me what I mean by the thing.
You're not making sense.
Engage
that's why.
with what I'm saying. Because you're not engaging. You're not engaging.
I'm engaging as hard as possible.
No.
When the homies are having a heated debate and you're chilling, waiting to be in the combo.
Back and forth. They don't go with
guys,
yapping,
like if I could.
Saying, well, this doesn't make sense because like, can you like engage? What do you think about what I'm saying?
But like, guys, if you could.
What I'm saying is that
guys, I haven't gotten to get a word in edgewise this whole time. Why'd you guys invite me to this debate if I can't even talk? What the fuck?
You do, and I'm telling you, according to your line of logic, I'm engaging with your logic. I'm understanding your logic.
I'm not getting third wheeled here, chat.
Therefore, I don't agree with your prescription that I don't agree with your analysis. Your analysis.
Why am I getting third wheeled? What did I do?
You think that you value life more than me. I don't think it's true.
You can't summarize the thing I've been.
I did. It's subjective. It's subjective according to what you
said. What's up, man? What's going on, dude?
There's no other way. There's no way to infer objectivity from your argument.
Well, let me go. But let me take it off screen for a second. I'm gonna leave it playing. I'm just gonna let me just do something real fast.
What's best for everyone moving.
I just want to post on my YouTube.
I don't know how to explain that without you like harping on the subjectivity point or something.
So you want to talk about it on a scale, as in like okay. So what you're talking about is you're talking about it on a scale, as in the.
I'm right. Just getting addicted to Valorant. Really, Valorant. In 2026? No way.
Like, the woman's quality of life, I assume. Is that the argument you're making?
Yep. Time. Holy shit, Strella is alive.
It's not just the woman's quality of life at a certain point.
What's going on, buddy?
I'm saying at a certain point, it's not.
Let me just post a go live post on
on
my second channel. Image.
What are you weighing on the scale?
So as I'm saying, is that once it becomes deterministic, which is around 22, 23 weeks, that the baby has a chance of survival outside of the womb, it is better to give that baby because that is when the babies have the potential to actually be something without being attached to the mother anymore.
Where's my live link?
The baby's livelihood expectations.
They've been going at this for a while too, by the way, chat. This has been
because yes, there are.
I think this has been like almost a 2-hour debate.
And obviously, I'm not even.
And they've just been going this entire time.
But there are
to see. That's good to see, buddy.
Can you give me an example? Give me an example of a scenario and.
Yeah, that's the live link.
I
don't know why that was the first time I noticed what the live link is for.
Your child is born
what's it called?
Lungs, or like isn't going to like be able
for
to
the
live
YouTube
with,
link.
Like, because
I'm just like, wait, is that right?
It has a conformity.
Hold on, real quick.
Like it has. Yes.
That is a very small. Let's talk about the average case. Let's talk about the average case.
I don't care. No,
it's important.
I don't care. No, it's not important.
Okay,
engage with what I'm saying.
Okay, let me engage with what you're saying then. Okay.
They're going at it. That's for sure.
in those cases, if the child has no lungs and they're gonna die anyway, sure, we'll make a little trade. We'll make a deal.
I don't care. Yeah.
I
don't care.
We're gonna make a deal. Okay. Yes. In those cases, okay, abortion's okay. We ban it.
It's even better than Genshin Gacha, bro.
No, that's not a fucking deal.
I mean,
the deal is you accepting.
I'll say this, right?
There are reasons to engage with nuance, and then I'm
okay.
You
might like this, you might not like this. The woman got my ass addicted. Nothing is better than waking up and looking at my shop.
You don't want to engage with the fucking nuance.
Let me be a bird.
I'm doing
the life expectancy of that child. You don't know how that child is going to
what was I saying?
To end up.
I liked Valorant, right? I actually was addicted for Valorant for a while, to be honest.
It's called doing a carve-out.
Is Genshin really down? Yeah, it's update day, so it'll be down till like 7 p.m. PST.
People to evaluate this, but you don't.
So let's say in those cases,
holy yappers, they be talking.
I
I liked Valorant, right? I actually have a few skins too. There are some skins in Valorant that I still want. There's like a katana one. It's like a shinobi one. It has like lightning rain when you get a last kill.
And then we ban those, as in like
Neo Frontier? Is it Neo Frontier? It's like a shinobi one. It's really cool.
And then for the other 98%, we ban it. Are you okay with that?
Can I ask why it's only bad if they die?
No, that wasn't the one I was talking about, but I love that one as well. Neo Frontier with what's it called? With the hand cannon? Dude,
Can you like
when anyone dies, like this is
Kuromami.
Care about more like
dying's a pretty big deal. People die when they're killed.
No, wait, but why are these things like deterministically bad? It seems.
Why do you die when a person dies?
Well, I'm asking you in your own question. Yes.
People die when they're killed. Like that's the right one, man. Kurami. I want that entire set.
How can you tell me that you
oh no! It's not a katana. It's a kunai. They have a kunai, and you know what it is? It's a kunai with chain.
Earlier, I asked you stuff about trans healthcare stuff, and you said that
I'm still interested in Stronova a bit. I liked it. I did. I'm gonna hold you, chat. I enjoyed Stronova. I just haven't played it, right? I played it in a beta. I played it in the beta, and I really liked it. The only problem is it was 50 gigabytes, and I didn't have... Katana is Oni. Yeah, I have the Oni... you know what it is, right, man? The Phantom. I have the Oni Phantom.
Easiest metric that we can have.
SteamDB. How many people are on Stronova? I actually really liked it, though. Stronova was really fun. It was really different. It was unique.
And again, how do you know that they're not?
Believe it or not, it felt unique to me.
How do you know that?
Oof, that's not a lot of players though.
How do you measure that?
If they don't die.
Ooh.
How do you measure that?
Well, fuck. I guess it'll depend on how much. Because Stronova has its own. It has its own. What's it called? It has its own.
Actually, hold on.
Do you know what it is? It's its own client. Fuck, these people are so distracting. Even though I'm watching a debate and it's still so distracting. It's really funny. I have this one called Radiant Crisis 001. I'll check it out right now.
Trans and you just like detransition. That's like I think that's a normal experience. People just figure out.
Radiant Crisis 001.
Typically speaking, when people go through the process of hormone replacement therapy,
this like I know this one. This like cartoony one, right?
Stuff, typically,
that's pretty cool.
For those things is pretty abysmally
low. Stronova was pretty interesting. It was pretty unique. There's a game that isn't as unique, but I'm pretty interested in it. It's comic style. There you go. It's comic style.
Why is transition
what up, Danny?
Only good if they don't die though? Like that's what I'm like kind of.
What's the word? Is it?
Sorry, go ahead.
It's like is transition only good if they don't die?
Is transition only good if they don't die?
Oh my god, actually, I know the game. And I've been waiting for this game for the longest time. It's just Anime Apex.
Like, I'm saying, you can look all this up, but gender affirming care keeps trans people
Anime
from not
Apex.
dying.
What is it
Like,
called?
you'd be in favor of that, right?
Oh my god.
Where's the data?
Who's the blue VTuber? Leaflet. That's Leaflet. If you ever heard of Leaflet, that's her.
Hello, listen. I'm saying, hey, me as a trans person, you can look up all this stuff later. I don't want you to engage with like data and stuff.
Well, I'm not going to agree with something that you're not providing evidence of.
No, this is like a simple thing. This is a healthcare thing. I care about you having healthcare, so yes, answer the question.
Like, can you
I almost said Chrono Trigger. That's wrong.
Just so I'm clear.
Fate Trigger. Fate Trigger isn't very unique, but I loved it, right? Because it's literally just Apex, anime Apex, right?
If I'm telling you,
No.
But I had a great time with it. I loved it.
I think there are reasons that it wouldn't be.
Who made this? Cirrhosis?
I think most people don't fulfill those.
Cirrhosis. Okay, Cirrhosis.
Okay.
Are they owned by?
Of that?
Are they owned by anyone?
Do you believe that is worth it?
Man, I need this game to come out already, bro. I love this game. Fate Trigger is so much fun.
Depends.
Transitioning.
Are you sure it makes the sound effect, the text? Yeah, it's pretty great.
Because the problem
is this VTuber cover political drama? Yeah.
Like
she's 100% just politics and like gaming sometimes.
No,
she's a political VTuber. She's like Kirsche, if you know Kirsche.
That's the point. That's the point. Is that in the study that I told you?
I kind of want to see what this game company is.
I know it involves you. I know it involves you, but it specifically says that in the data. That's why I'm asking you if you have data. If you have data against that, then you can provide it. But I haven't seen it. The cast review is the most recent one.
You would think I would be paying attention, but I'm not.
They were forced in court themselves.
I'm like coming in and out on what they're saying. I think this is their first game.
The top arguer, the top lawyer, pro-trans lawyer, was forced in court to admit this. That transition.
I think this is their first game.
Of suicide rates.
Fate Trigger.
That there was no correlation in the data. And again, that is one of the pro-trans advocates being forced in court to admit that. So it's not like the person hates trans people.
So you are going to look up like this information after stream or during stream.
Send it to me. The one that you.
I'm not sending it to you. No.
What?
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's the cast.
Why not?
Oh, so you're just going to look at the cast review, nothing else? That's it?
Yeah, it's the most recent one. It's the most.
Oh, here we go. Rewinding Cadence is a game that they have.
So it actually has the highest standards out of like any of the.
So they have a game called Rewinding
Not even, like,
Cadence.
I think it was Utah who did like a study and they just completely like ignored the studies.
The cast review was argued in court.
Oh god, that was loud.
So it has a much higher standard of data.
In court, actually.
Okay, can you link it to me now? Link me the specific one.
Is it dying? No. Okay.
Utah. I don't know.
What is this game?
No.
I'll look into that game later. That game looked cool.
Yeah.
On the topic of politics, I just got a clip of a CS streamer complaining about a Twitch bug, and he randomly went on Asmongold's stream, and he just hears.
Got you.
Yeah. Then his clip just ends. That's pretty funny. This has been going on for a while. I'm not gonna. Fuck, I shouldn't watch the whole thing. I should really get on to what I was doing, but this was just so. They were just going on it for so long. I was like reading. I was just like listening in, dude.
Kids should not be transitioning. Period. End of story. Minors should not be transitioning. Period. End of story. Interesting. Fuck. I guess we did these studies for just no reason. Just fuck it.
Look at her. Leaflet. She's tiny. She's like a. I call her a lollybaba. Like what's her name? Bro, turn them into background noise. Dude, I was on the panel. Look. They had me on the panel. Watch. I'm gonna put myself on the panel.
Well, this is more recent than the.
I'm on the panel, but they won't let me talk. Guys, hello.
This isn't a study.
Yes. This is an article that there was supposed to be a study on trans health.
Well, if I could.
Where's the study? What study? Where's the study?
Well, hold on, guys. Let me.
This is an article.
Well, if I could.
This is a journalist article. This is
a
study.
Oh gosh. Chat, they're not letting me talk.
Did I say I was linking you a fucking study?
That's what I asked for.
But guys, like I can weigh in on.
Ask me about the Utah thing.
Okay.
Yeah, which is the study I was asking for.
But like, guys, what if I? Can I talk? I genuinely believe that in the beginning. Oh no, I'm not part of this shit. I don't give a fuck. Man, I don't give a fuck, Hammy. I don't give a fuck. I was just like kind of listening in on it while stream started.
Let's link you this.
Put me back to normal. Fit the screen.
So I'm gonna link you
Bam.
this document. It's on the integrity of the cast review thing.
It's like drama, Chad. I just want to listen to what happens at the end. Is that bad? It sounds kind of bad, doesn't it?
There are states and legislations asking for studies to be made. And
watch them, chat. Let them fight.
Studies to figure out the best.
Let them fight.
And then they figure out.
Let the Lolly Baba have them.
Care is actually important and works and is the
I love this model though, because look how
how
fucking stupid she looks.
That you read,
you're skipping the whole plot. Like yeah, you know how you sometimes go on YouTube and like look up a fight scene from an anime. You just like skip the whole thing and you just watch the fight. Yeah, it's kind of that. I'm just like, come on, get to the fight. I don't really care. I just feel like rewatching a Sasuke fight. Is that weird? Come on, let's go. Let's get to it.
The government should have the final say over who should be able to.
I love her 3D model though. Look at her stupid fucking face.
Healthcare, basically, like I think that'd be fucked up in any other scenario.
I love how big it makes her hat look.
This isn't a study.
She has a ginormous hat.
Of Cass. This is an actual study.
Well, no. Well, this is. Oh, I'm letting you know that you can read through all this, but it goes over like
this is like 50 pages, by the way.
Yeah, I know. You can if you care about the Cass.
Yeah, but this isn't actually a study. This is a critique of Cass.
Well, when you read through the thing, it explains why the cast review
Tiny Lolly lectures you about politics. MP4. It happens, dude. Many such cases. It happens more often than you might think.
Yeah.
These things happen, dude. Many such cases.
You don't have to read it all in this fucking. You don't have to read this all fucking. This whole fucking stream. But like, you're really hell bent on staying on like the cast review stuff. And like,
well, I mean, it is an important piece of data. That's why, again, that was actually critiqued in court.
So, but
and again, like I said, the guy admitted it. Like the person who was presenting on behalf of that was on the behalf of the pro-trans actually had to admitted that it didn't show that it didn't show a reduction in.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy's getting fucking dog walked. It's really bad. It's really bad how much he's getting fucking dog walked. I always go on YouTube and get lectures by this stupid looking.
I'm just letting you know that there is a lot more into the conversation.
Well, it's like so for choices on a certain side. Okay, I'm just gonna be real. I might as well just talk as honest as possible. If you want your politics from the right, you have two choices. You have a big booba Foxu with a Boston accent, or the small lolly. Which one do you want? The Lolly Baba or the big booba Foxu?
It doesn't actually refute Cass, according to what I'm reading.
Well,
they hate her for she is small.
I don't know how to explain. Like I'm the focus.
Give me the big booba.
I'm asking you these questions to learn about you.
Okay, sure.
I don't think Kirsha's still live, is she?
Sure, go ahead.
Well,
I'm pretty sure Kirsha's not live.
Like why it seems like you focus on like the death aspect.
What if I support both? I do.
Because that's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Well, yes, it is
the big booba Foxu or the Lolly Baba
so much that you ignore everything else that. Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
You ignore everything else that leads up to that death.
You mean like?
It's not suffering is also a big deal. Not suffering is a pretty big deal. I promise you, it's a pretty big deal.
Not suffering, like taking responsibility for the kid, like that's suffering to you, like raising the kid is suffering.
No.
I'm lying. No, she's live.
Like, if you know that bringing that child to term is going to cause them a life of suffering, then like isn't that like
the child a life of suffering?
Did I just get memed on?
Or the mom, or both?
Wait, that's me. That's not the actual.
Both of them, like they're
Sorry,
watching.
Let me just look this up. Did I get memed on?
They're watching their child that they love and care about, that they wanted to bring to fruition, suffocate.
So they kill him instead.
Oh,
are you surprised?
I did get memed on.
I don't. Yes, like I am surprised that people would look down on them. What do you mean?
The Foxu is live. I got memed on. What the fuck?
To a movie, and if she gets it, she's sus. Oh my god.
I got memed on. The Foxu is live.
Thank you. Cardinal Sin detected. Chatter made a movie reference. Point and laugh. Roadkill VP.
Stupid.
Demonization of blue collar work. Yeah, that's been happening for a.
Right, like say there was a parent, right, and then they had a kid. The kid's like, I'm trans. And like, oh well, you're gonna suffer a lot, so they just kill them. You wouldn't agree with that, right?
Hello. What up?
You would agree that
what
the
up,
suffering.
bestias?
Do you think that the suffering of being trans is terrible?
Wait, the suffering. No. Well,
What's the leaflet debate about?
Tells me that it's suffering.
It was
we currently
abortion, trans, and now just trans.
Y'all like what? Why do I have to listen to your experience? You just live your life. I don't really care.
Well, we try to live our lives, and then people like fucking berate us and focus on the fact that we're trans because it was so visible and apparent.
How would I berate you for being trans?
Please don't be fucking stupid. Please.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you. How would I berate you for being trans?
Didn't you say conversion therapy might be good in like the Niara debate?
Yeah, I mean, there could be a case in like which it's a thing to try out, and then if the kid goes, if you find out, right, because we don't know if the person is trans, and if the conversion therapy and again, I'm not talking about shocking people or waterboarding them. I'm talking about just going to a thing where like they talk you through your problems, kind of like what I did, right? Like, would you consider that?
Sounds like the debate is over, all over the place. Yeah, this guy's not great.
Like,
From who? Who said that?
I feel like there's just no way. Like, did
so
we
like
not
in
ban
my
conversion
specific case,
therapy for these
in
reasons?
my specific case where I tried to talk my friend, I tried to convert them away from being trans.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is kind of a wash.
Wait, so now you're saying
they're getting dog walked, and it's like not. It's kind of bad. It's really bad.
Could be? I tried to tell them like you don't have to do this. What else could that be?
I wouldn't call that conversion. I wouldn't call that trying to convert them.
Okay, well, say there was a therapy, right? Say there was a therapy in which they were saying, okay, well, let's explore if you're trans or not, and let's explore other options. And then they determined that, okay, so actually we figured out that you're not trans. And then they came out of the therapy converted.
How can we get to that conclusion? Like, why is gender affirming care bad? How can we even come to that conclusion without an evaluation? Like, they don't know. They just assume probably, like, they don't know. Like, they don't know. That's the issue. I'm trying to point out. Like, they don't know.
You said something about like I want the suffering of what was it? Something about I want the suffering of trans people or something. What were you saying about that?
I didn't say you specifically.
It's kind of funny.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
Like people who aren't like trans.
Should I go? Hold on, Chad. Let me go back up on my spot. I want to be up here again.
But like,
what about it?
Y'all don't care about like the lived experiences that we live in. Our government is like revoking driver's licenses. Yes, let me speak. Our lived experiences.
I'll be right
we
here.
Can't be in the military and stuff because we're trans. We can't have driver licenses in certain states because we're trans. Yeah, well, they want to make databases of trans people taking healthcare. Like the government shouldn't be making lists. You're gish galloping. You're gish galloping. So in the case of like the
I'm up top, chat. Right? I'm up here.
The reason why the reason behind that is because there are certain conditions in which it would be dangerous for them to be as a battlefield.
I'm not gonna lie. This is a lot. Me standing up here is a lot funnier to me than it should be.
Trans people need medicine, right?
Me being up here is a lot funnier than it should be.
We're A-okay until Trump determined.
Well, just because that it was allowed. No, just because it was allowed before doesn't mean that there isn't possibly a problem with it. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. They made a determination that there is some kind of effect through the it tracks me. I'm not.
This is like going all over the place.
So the government had to take away the driver's licenses of trans people just because.
No, that's a completely different thing. You're conflating two different things.
Well, hold on. Well, this is kind of like a similar thing. Like they're just removing like rights and access to like.
Okay, pick a topic. Pick a topic, and we'll talk about it. Pick one.
We're talking about this topic right now.
Which one? So. Can you restate it? That way I know exactly what you're talking about because you like kind of jumping around a lot.
They can't hear you because you're muted. I think.
Oh fuck. Healthcare and just dignity.
What does that mean?
Hold on, let me. Chad, do you guys hear this?
What do you mean by that?
Chat, you think they? No, maybe. I gotta go check Discord. I guess maybe they can't hear me because I'm muted on Discord.
They're going to push their ideological agenda, whereas they say that.
Hello.
So there's a
guys I want to talk to.
They're saying we don't care that transitioning has been studied and gender care improves the lives of trans people.
I don't understand, guys. Why was I even invited?
Is deciding we don't care about those studies. We're just going to say no. That's bad. That's
good. There's conflicting studies. There's conflicting studies, and again, like I said, I bring up CAST as a conflicting study that says that it doesn't actually do anything.
So you think it's okay for the government to just have
I'm not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30.
Yep.
No, that's actually not my position. I actually don't think that the government should
30 on 30
for cosmetic.
I'm not a big fan of the government.
For aesthetic reasons, I don't think they should.
So our healthcare that's been studied and so now it's just like a cosmetic thing, right? Like it's just cosmetic.
30 on 30.
No, I think that the cosmetic reason
I'm not
is
a
a
big
reason
fan
that
of
we
the
should allow it.
government.
Actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
So can you explain this further? Can you explain this further?
Yeah, I think that people should be allowed to go for their aesthetics. That's it. As long as they know what they're getting into. As long as there is a this is a very like libertarian argument. Like this is secular. This isn't like a religious thing at all. It basically goes like this, right? Like I don't want the government telling people what they can or can't do. Like
I'm not a big fan of
like,
the government.
Me,
30 on 30.
like along those lines. So like as long as you're trying to reach a
maybe it was okay that they didn't invite me to this debate because I'd be fucking.
I don't really care.
I'd be fucking around the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
I
a
really
big
don't.
fan of the government.
I have is that
30
you
on
are
30.
aware of what you're doing. That's it. That you're able to actually sign that contract. That you understand what's happening.
I personally don't fully believe you.
Okay. Well, I mean, what do you want me to say to that?
Nothing.
I've said this on stream many times. You can ask my chat.
Yeah, I just personally don't fully believe you.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's literally nothing I can say about that then.
Yeah, but like, I want to know, like,
fan of the government.
I've been consistent about this. I've been very consistent about this.
I want to know how you have this position, but like, it seems like you don't care about like the potential suffering that we go through while like experiencing like this healthcare from outside sources. Not even our healthcare like that's doing it to us. It's people outside.
I understand that trans people are suffering. I just don't think that I think in most cases you're not actually you're not solving it through the methods that you're.
How do you determine this without a professional? Like what? Like who are you to determine this?
Because you're all depressed because your ideology is not rooted in reality. That's why.
What? It is rooted in reality. It's not even an ideology. Like dysphoria is incurable. It's a thing we deal with. It's been studied.
Do you believe? Let me ask you a question. Do you believe?
Ooh, Dizzy's back.
That trans women and
I saw Dizzy went live and I thought it was like phase Dizzy and it's not.
Trans women and biological women
are the same. Are they the same thing?
This is so fucking cringe. Like what? You
How
want
is
me
it
to
cringe?
This is just so they're natal women. I just don't care. I don't care. Like what? I don't care.
This is your
topic.
So cringe. This is your topic.
It's so cringe. I just don't care.
It doesn't matter
like,
how cringe it is. Like you can't just take an argument. You can't take an argument and then you don't want to talk about it because it makes you uncomfortable and you say it's cringe. Like that's not how things work.
It's not that it makes me uncomfortable. It's just like this position doesn't further anything that I'm talking about. What are you like? What is the point? I'm talking about our healthcare, our specific healthcare. Do you like why is this a bad thing to engage with?
Okay, what do you want to talk about then, and specifically? Go ahead. I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest. You're just kind of spurging out.
Give me a bit. I'm definitely BPD fucking girly out. One moment. I just gotta unmute for a second.
Anyways, have a good night, political demon Ren. All right, man. Have a good night, buddy. Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know. Honestly, I think I'm pretty. I think I'm pretty reasonable.
I'll watch the rest of this later. I don't give a fuck.
Like, I'm not even like, yeah, like, you know, fuck trans people and like trans people should never.
We got actual shit to do.
Like, that far.
Oh, yeah, we got actual shit to do. Let's actually like get into real reactions and stuff like that instead of just watching a debate, a one-sided debate that's literally not even fucking close. What was I watching? We enjoy watching Lolly's debate trans rights. Yeah, I'm not watching that shit anymore. What is this? Just a normal day of work. Oh, I probably can't listen to that, by the way. Okay, there we go. Wait, what? Is this just looping around? Oh, it is looping. I caught it. Okay. I was like, what is happening? Yeah, it's fucking looping. Every arcade worker after closing. I like how the actual person doing work passes by. That's funny. She is just weirdly.
Honestly,
I wouldn't even say weirdly good. She's just really good at fucking DDR. Which one was it? The Mugen video, right? Mugen.
What would you do?
Chat, buckle up. This one's gonna be a while. Oh, let me get the levels right.
If you lost in a video game, would you scream? What would you?
All right, that's good. Okay. Chat. Luckily, this Mugen video isn't 15 hours long, so you know what? I can get to it immediately as it drops. How an aspiring streamer ruined her life over a skill issue. Huh. Sounds like me. Anyways, let's watch it.
What would you do if you lost in a video game? Would you
I would say something that'll probably get me banned.
scream, violently slam your desk?
I've done that one.
Maybe even annihilate your controller out
I've actually never broken a controller, chat. Is that weird? Like, I've never, like, thrown a controller. But I guess it's because when I got into, like, League, you know, League is mouse and keyboard. You can't really, can't really throw a keyboard. Well, I guess you can. But yeah, I've never broken a controller.
rage? Well, no matter what you end up doing, all of these
Peach
things are
XL?
incredibly reasonable compared to what one streamer decided to do. You see, she got so triggered over dying in a video game live on stream
Right.
that she went out of her way to contact a friend of hers who just so happens to work at the game studio itself in order to wrongfully ban the streamer who killed her for an entire month without any proof.
What?
All while making it a point to tarnish his reputation to their mutual friends. But wait, it gets even worse, because in parallel to all this, she would proceed to dox his personal information, like full name and address, so that she could eventually send the police after him.
How did she get his address
Guys,
and
I
information?
wish
Wait, I want to know.
exaggerating here,
What? How did that
but
even
this
happen?
all actually happened because a streamer simply died in a video game. And the best part is that much of this happened.
You know what's crazy too? I feel like this isn't okay. Chat, there's definitely been crazier stories for Call of Duty. This one sounds really funny though.
Live on stream, where you can see the streamer in question lose her mind in real time while tilting harder than the Titanic. You simply don't see this every day, especially not when the game studio itself is somehow involved too. That's why I figured we had to talk about
chat.
it. So
Arc
without further
Raiders?
ado,
That's crazy.
Let's do this. All right, so to truly understand the severity of the situation, we have to talk about extraction shooters,
Escape
a game
from Tarkov.
genre that was pioneered by the game Escape from
Escape
Tarkov.
from Barkov.
The objective was simple. You got dropped on a map with other players, and your goals were to all loot as much gear as you possibly can. The main challenge, though, was that in order to successfully loot things, you had to extract. And if you died, you lost everything, even the gear you brought in with you. Other players had the same goal, and you had proximity voice chat. This meant that this game was perfect to extract the worst.
Actually, was it in there the whole time? No, I don't think proxy voice chat was in there the entire time. I think proxy voice chat is actually a recent thing for Escape from Tarkov. Yeah, I remember because people started making content out of it like the second it dropped. In the beginning, you just like waved at people and like went side to side. You know, you moved like a VTuber. You'd like swayed side to side. That's how you got people to trust you. You just like move side to side.
Traits imaginable in a human being, which are greed and lies. And in that sense, it wasn't too different from survival
DayZ.
games such as DayZ. The appeal was simple. When you had a lot of valuable loot and you came across other players, how would you deal with it? Would you lie to them and then shoot them in the back of the head, or would you fight them and risk losing?
No, you run. Nah. Chat, you know what you do? You take the rat exit. Because, chat, why would you take a PvP fight when you have, like, 100K stuffed up your ass? You know what I'm saying? Never take a fight and escape from Tarkov. Always go for the extraction to get the money out of it.
Everything. Regardless of what you chose, it would make you react and act in ways that you never thought were possible. Because at the end of the day, that's why people played these games. To feel a rush of adrenaline that you only feel when your life is in danger.
And stacking
that
money.
No surprise that the pioneer of this genre, Escape from Tarkov, would make a lot of money. The game would start in closed beta in 2017 and then would finally release in 2025. Within a month on Steam, it sold 1 million copies, and that's knowing that many people had already bought it.
That kind of upsets me. I'm not gonna lie. Knowing that Escape from Tarkov sold so many copies on Steam actually upsets me. Because, chat, I don't know if you know this. Your pre-bought version doesn't transfer over to Steam. So if you already own a copy and you want to play, say, on Steam and use like Steam chat and all that stuff, you can't. It actually doesn't let you. You'd have to buy a whole other copy. And someone like me, I have the Edge of Darkness edition because I have put like probably 1,000 hours into this game. The Edge of Darkness is like $150. I'm not paying again to get that game, bro. I bought once. Good enough for me.
In closed beta. This also meant that it single-handedly dominated the entire genre. There were no real competitors here. This is why when Arc Raiders was announced, people got very excited over the idea of a fresh game in the genre.
Actually, Delta Force was also out at this time, so Delta Force was probably decently in there, right?
What really helped this game as well were the content creators and insiders that played the game early and had nothing but good things to say about it. And while yes, it was incredibly hyped for a long time, and some people expected disappointment because of that, they ended up getting the absolute opposite. When the game came out on the 30th of October 2025, it was met with incredible success that no one could have ever expected. It managed to take Escape from Tarkov's formula and make it even more interesting. Other players were still a threat, but the concern of them killing you was way lower than the concern of getting killed by the very dangerous and smart enemies that are around the world. This would force you to drop whatever hostilities you might have against another player and work together because they're just that dangerous. And speaking of other players,
that's pretty
the
cool.
most arguable change that this game made to the genre was an aggression-based MMR, an aggression-based ranking system. If you like to kill a lot of other players, you were usually matched with other players with the same mentality. But
man, I really wish Tarkov had that. That's for sure. But that's because I'm a rat. They shouldn't, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? They shouldn't gear it around me. They shouldn't balance it around me, right? Because I'm not the PvP guy, right? They should balance it for PvP players because it is more heavily PvP and like PvE oriented. I'm just the guy who wants to get in there and make millions, and I did. So it's like, you know, they should do it more for the Tarkov PvP players. So I should have tried Arc Raiders, honestly, because Arc Raiders sounds like it would have been more up my alley.
If you never killed,
I don't know how much money that would have gotten me.
Player and worked aggressive, you were matched with non-aggressive players who wanted to work together. At the time of release, this wasn't really known to everyone. There were theories about it, but it definitely helped keep a huge chunk of their players from leaving. This is part of the reason as to why it was able to maintain such a large player base for over 6 months after release. It was able to attract people who would have never considered playing extraction shooters. Like, for example, the streamer Nessie Does. He's someone who mostly streamed and made content around the game Sea of Thieves, in which he trolled or messed around with people in the game that, in his opinion, deserve it. Like hackers,
Arc Raiders is mid-IMO?
He would start playing Arc Raiders with the same goal, to make content, to make videos out of
Biggest
it.
rat in Arc Raiders, me.
Trolls other people, which happens in pretty much every multiplayer game in which you interact with other players. However, at some point during early March, and while playing Arc Raiders with a friend, he'd have the very unfortunate event of coming across the streamer Peach XO. And now I'm sure that some of you watching might be surprised here, thinking things like, wait, Mugen, this streamer has like 2,000 followers, 22 average viewers. What damage could she possibly do?
Do I know this person, or have I seen this name before? Is her name just that generic? That sounds kind of mean, but she does have a pretty generic name. I'm not going to lie. That's because I don't like extraction shooters much. Yeah, that'll do it.
To this bigger streamer called Nessie. Well, if you've tried to apply to a job recently in this terrible job market, you'd understand very quickly we don't live in a world of meritocracy anymore. It's all about nepotism, which means the people that you know. Take Twitch, for example. One of the worst platforms in existence. They'll ban you for anything, and you could be one of their top 0.1% streamers. You'll probably still have a hard time reaching a real human being there. But did you know that
Yo, free my man Asmongold. He ain't done nothing wrong.
Twitch has something called the Ambassador Program, where they pick out streamers that represent the entire brand and get a special badge and contact with the staff? Yeah, well...
Yeah, like that deer freak. Ugh. Although they have Kaho Shinobu, though. And I'm not a hater. I actually like Kaho. I don't care what y'all say. I like Kaho.
Not to call anyone out, but there's literally people out there with one viewer that
Really?
are a Twitch ambassador. This means that these people have direct access to Twitch staff, while bigger streamers with thousands of viewers potentially
But
don't.
why? What do
The
they
point
do?
I'm making here
Pero
is that
why?
you don't need a lot of
But
viewership
why?
to have a lot of influence that could potentially cause a lot of damage to someone.
What do they
And
even
that's
do?
exactly where Peach XO falls into place here, while also weaponizing a high-ranking contact of hers that works at Embark Studios, the developer behind Ark.
While we're at it, Elon Free, my boy Blue Demon Ren, he didn't do nothing wrong. That's true. I'm still banned on Twitter, in case you're wondering. Now you will be banned for association. Ah, shit. Play BA Ba Fung Like. It's my favorite song.
Raiders.
We'll see.
However, ironically, this would all eventually lead to her own total downfall.
It's by Embark.
Ark
I've never
Raiders'
heard of
matchmaking
Embark.
system is very straightforward. You can queue up as a solo player, as a duo with a friend, or as a trio with two friends. The game will always prioritize queuing up solos with other solos, duos with other duos, etc., etc. However,
That's
like
pretty good.
most multiplayer games, the server for Oceania are absolutely dead. So if you live in
Oh,
Australia or New Zealand, for example, yeah, it's going to take a long time to find a game. Even worse, if you queue up as a solo, you might encounter a duo. There simply aren't enough players to be able to match them to people queuing up just like them. The reason why I'm telling you this is because it's integral to what would happen next. Because around the first week of March, Peach XO would queue a solo game and encounter Nessie, which led to the event
Oh, is
that
Nessie from
permanently
Oceania?
altered both of their lives. Watch for yourself.
Hello.
Yo. Oh my god, perfect. Can you hear me?
Oh, no, he's
I
Australian,
hear
I guess.
Okay. This is like really weird, but my friend is like completely stuck, and I want someone to knock him so I can like res him, and hopefully that knocks him out of the spot. He's literally just got completely stuck in this room.
POV
But how
reenactment.
is he
Okay.
your friend?
Oh, are you solo? I'm in a duo game. I duo queued with him,
Wait, what?
so I can't. But yeah, if you're solo, I'm duo. I can't knock him. He's like in here under these steps right here.
Is he gonna
Why
get him
does
killed?
this feel like a scheme?
Oh, he's full traps there.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a defib, so I'll do it. Hey.
That's pretty funny.
All right, so look, classic
That's
trap
pretty
in
funny.
games like this. If you've played any survival games like DayZ or anything that involves other players, yeah, you've probably
Yeah.
been through this. It's not pleasant, okay? It's not a good time.
Like, here's the thing, too. It happens, bro. This stuff happens. You ain't never... Chat. It's gonna happen. It's the name of the game. You're gonna get trapped. You're gonna get memed on. Some people want to make content, so you're just gonna get... It happens. Am I the only one who likes... like, it's like, I don't understand, chat. Why are you that mad?
But that's just the nature of these games. That's what you're signing up for. He told her his friend needed help. He trapped her in a room and then
Plain salted
killed her.
tortilla chips?
She
I
wasn't
like
the
'em.
first player he did this to, and she wasn't going to be the
Tortilla.
last. I even think many of you watching would have raged at this, right? It's stupid, but you would have
It's
moved
funny,
on
bro.
afterwards.
It's
After raging a little
hilarious.
bit, you would have just queued up the next game and started over. But of course, that's not what the streamer here, Peach X.
I'm not gonna lie. I would just hope I wouldn't make it into a clip. And in fact, I have made it into a clip. There is a very, very, very good Escape from Tarkov player who like one tapped me as I turned a corner and I aimed in because I knew he was there. He like peeked and one tapped me. I made it into a compilation. I was just like, oh God. I was like, oh my God. I felt embarrassed, but at the same time, he was insanely cool, by the way. That guy who He told his community to come and follow me. He was an insanely cool guy. I really enjoyed him. I don't think he streams anymore. I wouldn't know, but I don't think he streams Tarkov. But he was a really cool guy.
Would do. She'd actually decide to
I had
take
TTV
this
in my
out
name
of the game
on my
by leaving
dog
an
tags.
inappropriate
That's why.
comment on the Steam
I'd be laughing,
profile
but I'm
of one of
pretty
those
shit
two
at the game.
players.
Yeah.
What a
It happens.
fucking loser. What a fucking loser.
Ouch. Yeah, dude, I got
Wow.
one tapped.
I can smell the stank from here. Loser. TY for the free content. So
They should. Okay. Maybe I don't want to buy Escape from Tarkov on Steam. I don't think Tarkov lets you do this, but if they did, maybe no. Why can she just message him? That's kind of weird. You know, sometimes we're a little too friendly. Steam, what do you think, huh? I don't think that should be a thing.
a fat one.
Next, after leaving a comment on the Steam profile of one of the two players, she decides to report Nessie in-game. And out of all the different things she could have picked, for some reason, she decides to go with scamming. Like, he scammed her. So I don't even know what scamming would entail in a game like this.
Liar.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Fucking guilt. People like that make me hate the fucking game.
An hour.
And then right there, as soon as she did that, there's the clip. Perfect. Now you have your POV, and you're gonna get hundreds of thousands of views off of that. Easy. I have the title for you right now. This content creator. I got tricked by this content creator. Angry face. Blah 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 blah. There's the clip right there. Content. Cinema. Oh, Nessie even found her. Hey, GG from before.
She had reported him in game. Nessie would understand that he had just killed
Yeah.
a streamer. And look, he has common sense. He understood that killing someone like this wasn't the most fun way to play this game. So he made it a point to go to her chat and say, hey, GG from before. This would be her reaction, and this would be their brief discussion.
Okay.
Hello, GG, but from before. Hi, Nessie. Were you the person like in we're looking for processes?
No.
No, you're one with the Stark friend. Ah, so you're the asshole from before. Right. Now, did you like the comment I left on the profile? So you're the asshole. Are you gonna be quiet now? You wanna be quiet now? Are we just where we're going with that?
What did I do to be called an asshole?
Everything you did required you being an asshole.
So look, so far, I mean, he's been nothing but nice, right? He's trying to
Yeah, he seems
understand,
like
like,
a
hey,
cool
why am I
guy.
an asshole? Like, I'm just saying GG, right? Like, it is what it is. That's just the game. So then she makes it a point to
At least he's one of those guys who is like, all right, I got you. I pranked you. Hey, I'm coming after you saying GG, my bad. It happened. Or that's a good thing, because most people won't do that. Some people will come into your chat and just like shit talk you. Ah, you fell for it, blah, blah, blah. He seems like a cool guy.
focus on his Twitch profile, seeing when he last streamed,
Yeah.
and for some reason commenting on his partner verified badge.
When was the last time you even streamed, bro? Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
It's just a game
chill.
chill.
Oh, I'm chill. I'm allowed to call you an asshole because what you did was asshole behavior. I don't give a f that you've got a partner badge.
Bro, no one said
What?
anything about a partner badge.
Where
No one
did
even-
that happen?
It's automatically
What
equipped
the
if you're
hell?
partnered on Twitch. I know this myself since I have that badge too. But for some reason, she's very triggered by it.
In over 30 days. You play some interesting games. Trying to look
Sea of
into
Thieves.
uni. I wonder if you're
Ooh, that's
like
good.
being a shitlord over there too. I wonder if like, you know, people are safe being around you.
So she asked why the guy hasn't streamed in a while, right? Even though he has no obligation to answer that, he'd say, I'm trying to lock in for uni. And the first thing she says afterwards, right? She could have just ended it here and been like, you know what, dude? I don't agree with how you play the game, but whatever. It is what it is. See you later. No, she makes a comment about how I hope people are safe around you. I hope you're not
What?
harassing or even being weird around people.
Man, that's What is happening? This feels so entitled or something. I don't know what the word is, right, chat? Like she's never experienced an asshole before, and I don't know, right? Like obviously she's insanely like. If you want to be mean and be like you're an asshole, you know it sucks. Sure, let's leave it there. But then now she's talking about how, like, what? Being safe in uni. People should feel. Are you sure people feel safe around you? That is so uncalled for, bro. What is your problem? Have you just never interacted with another person before? Are you so bubble wrapped you don't know how to interact with people, brother? What is happening
in your uni? Like, dude, where did this come from?
Me too,
like,
Nessie.
What's going
I'm
on?
also trying to lock in for uni.
Your vibes give off.
It happens. It happens.
Good luck with that. Yeah. Good luck. Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't care if you have a partner badge. I don't care if you have a partner badge. I just with his friend, his so-called stuck friend, you solo queued with your friend into a game and lured me in to kill me and like put a barricade up. That is the like shittiest going to uni.
I'm so glad she didn't overreact. Arts degree for sure. Shut up, bro. Shut up. Going to uni, giving me lawyer vibes. Those are probably her two chatters. I mean, I can't talk, right? It's not like I have any more viewers than her. But she's being an asshole. I might as well just make fun of her, right?
Oh, I'm a lawyer. Oh, wait, no, my family member's actually a lawyer, not me. Sorry.
All right, so he gets accused of being a weirdo around people IRL in college.
Nice still,
and then she
Mugen,
remembers
that's
that he has a partner badge, which triggers her so much that she banned him from her chat. I mean, the messages were nothing but nice. You know, she could have just ended it right here and then by just being friendly, bantering a little bit. I mean, they're Australian, dude. Banter's in their blood, and just ending
That's very true.
So seeing how
That's
unreasonable
very
she was
true.
becoming, Nessie's friend, the guy who was pretending...
Europeans, Australians, they're very keen with it. I'll tell you that. I don't know what is it about North America where we just lost all our edge when it comes to like the love of the game, the love of banter, but boy, Europe has not lost it. That's for sure, which is really weird because they can't even say nothing over there.
He was downed, would come into the chat to also say something.
Play a League of Legends game on EU,
I just got
that'll be
lured
crazy.
into a room by a guy that wanted me to help him free his friend. He trapped me and killed me. I just got this game 2 hours ago. Is it always like this? As you can imagine, he also got instantly banned as well.
I want you to tell your little boyfriend, thank you for the engagement. I appreciate it. Yeah, you can also send all the screenshots from chat as, like, evidence.
The reason why this is significant is because one of her mods would decide to say, all right, I'm going to go report this kid for harassment, LMAO. And mind you, when the mod says this kid, he's referring to Nessie, right? They don't care about his friend. They care about Nessie because he's the one with the partner badge. Even though everything he said has been nothing but courteous. She's saying, oh, let's get all the screenshots and report him. Report him for what? He just came in the chat and said GG. Like, what?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Regardless
you got a little
of how
too sensitive is what
weird
happened?
their entire interaction has
honestly.
been so far, things could have genuinely ended right then and there. For 99.99% of people on the internet, they would have never known this even happened. Unfortunately, though, seeing how dead the Australian servers truly are,
You
2
run
days
into them
after
again?
this incident, they would end up getting into the same
There it is.
game
There it
again.
is.
This is when things would truly escalate to ridiculous levels. So what happened here is that Nessie would come across Peach, right? And they would work together for a few minutes. What's interesting, though, is that Peach doesn't recognize him at all, right? She doesn't recognize anything about him. She thinks he's a random player that she encountered for the first time. Nessie, on the other hand, seeing that he's an absolute troll when he plays games like this, was planning to kill her anyway, regardless of whether he knew who she was or not.
Yeah.
He'd eventually take out his pickaxe and start swinging. And by the time she dies, he'd realize something.
I'm just gonna hit her with a pickaxe.
Yeah, do it.
Boom, bitch. Oh, is she gonna get embarrassed? Is he gonna like embarrass her? Boom! Yeah, he's embarrassing her. Oh my god, bro, you got dog walked. Hey, listen. Again, like I said earlier, It happens. You are going to run into people who are better than you, especially in a game like this. It happens. You don't know how many people... I've shit on people myself. Escape from Tarkov. I've 1v4'd a whole squad. I've also been 1v4'd by one guy. She got some Looney Tunes type of stuff. Yeah, for real. She got... my Tarkov heads would know this. She got Tagilla'd.
I think I ran into you the other day.
Oh, you're the little c from the other night.
Yeah, I thought I recognized your voice.
Yeah, you're the one that was trying to flex his partner badge on Twitch. Guess
It
what?
auto-equips. It auto-equips.
I don't care. You can turn it off, bro. It literally is an option when you're in Twitch.
Oh, let me turn it off so you feel better about yourself? Who thinks like this, bro? Is she like a spoiled princess? What is this? Dude, the more I hear her talk, the more unhinged she feels to me. I don't understand how this is happening. I really don't, bro.
But also, you've been reported for harassment on multiple levels by multiple people
Ooh,
and towards
okay.
CFPs too. People know exactly who you are and what piece of shit you are for harassment for what you did. It's all recorded. It's all done. I don't care who the f you think you are, but you're done.
Wait, what did I do?
He knows exactly what he did.
So here, she ended up surrendering, right? So instead of continuing the conversation, she just killed her character. But what's really interesting to note here is that before killing her for a second time, she had already implored her community to report him, not just on Arc Raiders, but they stalked his Twitch, saw what his primary game was, and reported him in Sea of Thieves as well for harassment.
What?
Look, I think we're all not crazy. We saw what happened the first time, right? None of this was directed towards her. He was doing this to other players as well. She just so happened to come across him the first time, and he was nothing but courteous in her chat as well.
Yeah.
What's really funny here is that there's also a comeback to the whole partner badge discourse, right? Oh, you came into my chat to flex it. Like, what? Again, it auto-equips. So by now, this went from somewhat of a misunderstanding to, oh no, I'm trying to just destroy your career. I'm trying to get your main account banned. Me and my
Imagine just having this much of a bruised ego. You're going after someone just for a small little picture. Bro, I know people who have, or there's probably people out there who have partner badges who never even stream again. I know someone who didn't stream for years who had a partner badge. They give it out, dude. It happens. I mean, it's cool. It's a flex. It's not as flex. And here's the thing too. It's not even a flex anymore, right? To be a partner, it kind of is. Well, it depends on how you feel about Twitch. You know me. I'm not a big Twitch guy. I don't really like Twitch. I'm more proud of me having the YouTube partnership than having the Twitch partnership, or than having, if I were to have a Twitch partnership. I don't. But if I did, I would be more proud of a YouTube partnership than that.
Not just from Arc Raiders,
and the YouTube one is easier to get.
To your main game that you make content on. Shit was getting real.
This fucking cunt. This little piece of shit. Q sniped with his friend so they could go into a lobby and play together in solos, and pulled me into a room acting like this he's found.
Did she just say they Q sniped her? Wait, hear that back again?
This little piece of shit. Q sniped with his friend so they could go into a lobby and play together in solos, and pulled me into a room acting like he's found this person.
He Q sniped you. You have 22 viewers in Arc Raiders, the most popular game out probably at the time. You got Q sniped. You got stream sniped. This is what you're saying. I just heard you say it. You are that important. You got Q sniped. Not someone like, I don't know, Clocky or the Burnt Penis or Tim or somebody. It was you who got stream. Okay.
Glitched in the game.
Sure.
Blocked me in there and killed me.
You say glitch in the game? What?
And this person glitched in the game, blocked me in there and killed me. And then tried to come into the stream about an hour later, acting all tough and mighty, and I called him an asshole, and he was trying to flex that he's a Twitch partner.
You legit don't live in reality. I don't. Oh my god, bro. never let people rewrite history because holy, I'm baffled at how her brain works. Because what is happening, bro? Nothing went down the way she said, but she's so not determined, but what's the word? She thinks she's so correct about this stuff.
Tough and mighty. The guy came in and said, "Hey, good game."
Yeah. Oh,
and
that's
again,
so funny,
with
bro.
the flexing of the partner badge, dude. I feel like this is her main issue right here. Who gives a shit about a partner badge?
And I'm
The
like,
partner
you know
badge
what?
is
You're
her
actually
her
not
sleep
fuck
paralysis
you, like you
demon.
think you are. And then because I called him out on his bullshit, he proceeded
Oh,
to
yeah?
then have
Yeah.
his little boyfriends come and like hate watch me and like
My
say
PC
these
was
certain
off.
messages and stream. I'm like, bro.
Again, boyfriends. He only had one boyfriend, and it was his friend. And yeah, sure, you can argue what he said was sarcastic and kind of annoying, but I mean, dude, she left a Steam comment on his profile telling him to suck a fat one. I'm pretty sure the Steam comment that she left was actually on his friend's profile, and then she reported Nessie in-game. So his friend was absolutely warranted in posting a sarcastic message like that.
I don't give a fuck who this is. Like, yeah. Anyway. I wish I killed him. But I was so, like, what the hell? Like, this guy, like, being fake nice. But no, he's not a guy. He's a piece of shit is what he is. It's been reported by multiple people that he's a piece of shit. Yeah. Yeah, well, you were here for this, counted? Like, it was all, like, it's all been screenshot, recorded, and reported to the proper channels.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not having it. Yeah. Not on my watch.
Okay.
Like, I'm not an idiot. I know exactly what you're doing, mate.
Oh, hey, let's not jump to conclusions here. You absolutely are.
Okay? Absolute cockstain. Sorry, that's offensive to cocks. So he's the smeg that lives in cocks.
So there you have it, another confirmation from her that she and other members of her community had mass reported him. And of course, she would spend many minutes after the incident calling him names, insulting him, etc. But of course, that's not where things ended. 2 hours after this incident, Nessie would be in another Arc Raider streamer's chat, as he always was. What he didn't know, though, was that this streamer had recently played with Peach. They had collabed. Peach also happened to be in that streamer's chat, and when she saw Nessie, she would at him and say, also be careful of Nessie. He's harassed me before our games, and then again tonight in-game. This would, of course, make the chat turn against him. How dare you harass her like this? Was someone saying, fuck you, fat dog Nessie, ban that guy, you're a dog, cut. That's very Australian. God, I'm gonna have to censor so much shit in this video. But that was Nessie's new reality, all because he was unlucky enough to run into her while he was playing the game like he always did. So look, so far, the only thing Nessie had done was kill her twice in a video game. Both of these instances were not targeted in any way. He just ran into her randomly. That's just the reality of how small the servers in Australia are. It is what it is. What he's gotten for this so far, though, has been a Steam profile comment that's inappropriate, a streamer in her community mass reporting him in both Arc Raiders and his main game, Sea of Thieves, and Peach going around the Arc Raider streamer community and telling them to avoid Nessie because he is a harasser, making him out to be some sort of creep. Now, again, things to an extent could have still ended there, okay? They could have somehow moved on, forgot about it, whatever. We reported him, maybe it didn't work. She can just continue living her life. But that's not what happened. You might have actually noticed this by the balloons that are behind Peach, but she had actually turned 31 around the time this.
She's a hag. She's a fucking swamp hag. And she's acting like a child, bro. She has to be like spoiled. Like she had to have been pampered her whole life. There's no way you act like this like a normal person, bro. Well, at least we know why she's probably mad. She's a hag.
Happened. This made her friend that works at Embark Studios, the creators of Arc Raiders, to come into her chat and say happy birthday. This person, of course, wouldn't just be anyone. It would be the community lead at Embark Studios. So
it's something about community managers, isn't it? It really is. Many such cases. Same thing with the community managers. Many such cases. These things happen, of course.
Someone who has a hand in anything involving the community.
Of course.
And here's how Peach would use this to her advantage to escalate this to ridiculous levels.
Yep,
Watch.
here.
How are you? I'm gonna try my very best not to ask you an Embark question. I'm gonna do my research and I'll find an email address. I have been so excited. I wouldn't say faggot for the expedition. I'm being harassed by someone who plays this game, is a streamer, and yeah, it's a whole thing. And I was gonna ask if there's like an email address to 25%. Oh my god! If there's an email on the website to contact about it, because I've got evidence and stuff. Okay. Thank you. I did not want to, like, you know, I thought I was gonna have a look on the website, but that helps immensely. Thank you.
You know, it's crazy how much, like viewers do count, right? Being a viewer, having big numbers and stuff like that, that does matter for a lot, dude. It matters almost for everything, but sometimes you just need to be lucky enough to get the right people to know you. Just be friends with the right people in any such random time, and that's enough for you to like screw somebody over. It's kind of crazy.
But
because she's a nobody, right? Me and her are probably the same size, but she just so happens to know somebody, the lead community manager at Embark, and now she's able to get this guy banned. That's crazy. That is crazy.
With the expedition.
So this is how she framed it to the community lead at Embark. I'm being harassed repeatedly by one player who's making my life hell. Is there anything I can do in terms of like sending it to an official email?
Yeah.
What's up? To which the community lead would say, yes, send me a DM on Twitch. She had direct access to the community lead. And seeing that the community lead, unfortunately, probably doesn't watch my channel, she didn't learn the very important lesson that is, there are two sides to every story.
There it is.
Conducting a ban based on one person's perspective is a recipe for disaster, but that's exactly what ended up happening. Nessie, who had been playing this game almost every day, creating content for it, would be temporarily suspended for 30 days immediately afterwards for behavior that violates Embark's code of conduct. Without going into too many specifics, but he already knew what's up. He saw the VOD of her talking to the community lead. Because of this, he would end up creating a video that's unlisted called Message to Embark and sent it in his appeal. He would point out how most, if not all of the VODs that involved him and Peach had been deleted from Peach's channel. He would then proceed to go through everything we went through. In fact, all the clips I showed you were from his video, showing everything: their first interaction, their chat messages, the second interaction, how she tried to destroy his reputation in other streamers' chat, etc. By the end of it, he had compiled everything into a board on Microsoft Paint. On one side was him, and the worst thing he could think of where he was harassing her was just sending his friend to type his message saying, I just got lured into a room by a guy that wanted me.
Small correction, he didn't send his friend, he was sleeping. All right, so his friend just did this on his own. Okay, so just to clear the record, his friend just did this by himself, which I can understand that. You know, sometimes you gotta ride for your boy.
To help free his friend, he trapped me and killed me. On Peach's side, though, we can see the Steam comment, we can see verbal abuse, we can see mass report / witch hunt, we can see chat rallied against me with many mean messages, so aka ruining his reputation in other streamers' chat.
Right.
So obviously, it didn't make sense to ban him without banning her too. If he was going to be made into a villain, then she deserves to get some flack as well.
Yeah,
he
she's
sent
also a bad
everything
person.
in the support ticket, but he didn't get a reply for 5 days. So instead, he got desperate and reached out to the community lead directly through Twitch DMs. This is where he would say, hey Austin, I'm really sorry for reaching out this way. I believe you might recognize my name from an email you received from PeachXO. When reviewing her VODs for reasons that could have led to my ARC ban, I saw you in chat and assumed that the direct correspondence between you and Peach could have been what led to my ban. I feel horrible throwing accusations around, but there is no doubt in my mind that whatever email you received contained either outright lies or gross exaggerations. I have sent everything in my support ticket, but have received no reply in 5 whole days, and it feels very unfair to be waiting when in the instance of my interactions with Peach, it was myself who was actually harassed.
Yeah.
He would then send the YouTube video I just showed you and then say, this link contains a full timeline of all our interactions and shows how I was treated. This is when the community lead would reply with, hi there. I see this as an uncomfortable situation. I'd be happy to undo the ban, but I would need your assurance that any future interactions with Peach would cease. I'm happy to have the same conversation with her. Nessie would reply with, yes, please. All I want is this to go away. Please understand, however, that Oceania is small, and I have no idea if I run into her in-game unless one of us kills the other, and names show. I really want nothing to do with her, and if I see her in-game and somehow know it's her, I'll leave the game, or run away. Whatever you want. So look, it's important to acknowledge that the community lead was in an uncomfortable situation here, right? Having to deal with the ban of someone that her friend was claiming was harassing her. At the same time, though, as a community lead, you have to let go of your attachment to people and see things objectively. It's cool that you actually replied to Nessie and bothered talking to him, which eventually led to him getting unbanned early. However, saying things like, I want your assurance that any future interactions with Peach would cease is definitely interesting. The guy had killed her.
Here's the thing. I want to say that the community manager is better than I thought she was, right? Because at the very least, she heard him out, right? Like unlike the one community manager from, what is it called? Oh God, what is it? You know the other one, that one, yeah, that one. I can't remember what it's called. It's not Arc Raiders. Hold on, I gotta remember that game. But yeah, that community manager never apologized for anything that they did, and they got like a whole bunch of people banned. Helldivers, by the way, Helldivers. It almost ruined Helldivers. That person not only never acknowledged what they did, and they never corrected any mistakes. They still work there to this day. But this community manager, I feel a lot better because look, she's talking to him, she's having a dialogue, and in fact, she got him unbanned. Right? It could have been so much worse. He legit could have just stayed banned. She could have told him to just leave me alone and blocked him. So good on this community manager, dude. This is what a community manager should do. Unfortunately, you know, they have to have it's an uncomfortable situation that they had to be in. In my opinion, I think she handled it well, right? She could have I think she handled it better than any other community manager that I have seen been in controversy.
Her twice. That's it. There was no proof he was targeting her. There was no proof he wanted to kill her in particular. He was just playing the game and ran across her. That is it. But still, he was willing to be cooperative if he knew that it was her. By this point, Nessie was unbanned. Great. But the threat of Peach XO and her community was still there. They were still tarnishing his reputation, and they were still trying to mass report him from games that he played. I mean, it had worked. She had banned him for 30 days. If she found out he got unbanned, God knows what she would have done. So he decided to take the explanation video he had made to the Arc Raiders team and publish it on his YouTube channel, titling it, Streamer Mass Reports Me After Being Trolled in Arc Raiders. It'll be uploaded on March 6th, 2026, and it would get over 10,000 views. This was him pretty much defending himself and trying to repair whatever reputation he still had left in the Arc Raiders community after the damage that Peach XO had done. In theory, it's a pretty good idea. The problem, though, was that he was dealing with Peach XO. And she was about to escalate this to unforgivable levels.
And there it is.
Because shortly after the video would be uploaded, it would get copyright claimed. Nessie would receive an email saying, we received a copyright removal request for your video based on a...
That's how she must have gotten it. That's how she must have gotten it, dude. Because if you don't know, when you get... This is how some people actually fish for information, right? They've done it to Iron Mouse and stuff like that. When they report your thing for... What is it called? For copyright claims... Unfortunately, when you reply, you have to reply with your full information because it's a legal process. This is no longer like whatever. Like this is legitimately a legal matter. So you have to provide your actual information and stuff like that. People, unfortunately, use this tactic to fish for people's information.
Applicable copyright law, we've removed your video from YouTube. Content used, this is from a stream VOD from Peach's channel. Content found in entire video. Removal request issued by Peach XO. Contact info is the same email you find on Peach XO's social media. This was her. But look, a copyright removal is a very big deal. Okay, it gives you a copyright strike. You get a few of those, your channel gets deleted. It's not like something you just do because you feel like doing. This is like you genuinely messing with the law. Now, the good news is that you can counterclaim. And unless the other person actually hired a lawyer, they can't, counter again. In order for them to counter again, they have to actually take you to court. The problem, though, is by the time you counter, many people who actually do copyright strikes have already won. they don't actually care about the video being taken down. They care about getting your personal information because that's the only way you can counterclaim. And it's been a problem on YouTube for years. This has been a tactic employed against content creators by malicious actors who seek to harm them by getting their personal info. And unfortunately, that's what Nessie had to do to counterclaim this video. He had to put in his full legal name, his street address, his phone, his city, his email, his postcode, and his country. Peach only had to supply her email address. He had to give everything. And yeah, you guessed it, the person who copyright claims a video, when they receive the counterclaim, they can see all of this. Nessie would tweet about this and say, how cool that the person who got their chat to mass report me everywhere for killing them in Arc Raiders now has access to all this information.
Yeah.
But now you think, come on, dude, listen, okay, yeah, she's been very unreasonable. She's been very weird throughout the whole thing. She's not actually going to do anything with this, right? Like, come on. You'd really have to be crazy.
Surely, you know, of everything we've seen, surely Princess over here isn't going to abuse this information. She's just going to grab it, log it, take it to a lawyer. We're going to take it to court. Unfortunately, a little bit of money is going to be spent, and then they're going to let it go. Surely this is what happens, chat, right? Surely.
Right? Well, it turns out that Peach truly is that crazy.
Damn it. Never mind. I guess not.
Because shortly after Nessie's appeal to the copyright strike, Peach would tweet this out on her account, saying, filing a police report on the partnered Twitch streamer who keeps harassing and stream sniping me and causing people to send death threats to me.
She just doesn't live in reality, bro. She really just doesn't live in reality. And it's actually starting to affect other people. She needs to be in a padded room. Put her in the boxes, the lollybaba would say.
Yelled at him in a game. He stream sniped me, and I told him via proximity chat that I've reported him, and people who witnessed his shitty behavior in game have reported him too. They told me. He thinks I mass reported him. Thanks for thinking I'm big enough to mass report though.
You literally, whether you were successful or not, you did it. You told your chat to do it. The rule isn't you cannot mass report people successfully. You can't. It doesn't say that this certain amount of people counts for a mass report. It says that you cannot mass report. You cannot engage in a mass report. It doesn't matter how many people is it. If you engage in it, that is on you. You broke the rules. That is it. That is what is happening.
He made a hate video about me, so naturally I reported it to the e-safety commissioner, and he still won't stop, so now I'm reporting it to the police. I also copyright strike the video to YouTube as are a nightmare to talk to about harassment / bullying / death threats. She would then end this by saying, how I love being a woman on the internet. Yeah, so look, just in case you've watched this video so far and you don't have any common sense, don't worry, I got you. All of this, from start to finish.
Wait, what did Mugen say?
Of being a woman on the internet. Yeah, so look, just in case you've watched this video so far and you don't have any common sense, don't worry, I got you. All of this, from start...
Wait, what did that say? Wait, sorry, let me see that. Has anyone ever thought that Mugen might be a pipeline to the incel communities in YouTube? VTubers in particular? Where was this? In socialist gaming. Yeah, I'm going to listen to them. He used to be a bit more balanced in covering topics, but it seems that recently he's been slamming women harder than men in his videos. After the fake gamer girl from Thailand and the Kingsman drama a few weeks ago, I think he realized his bread and butter is to dunk on female gamers and streamers in order to get better traffic. All this fueled by the victim at the time being a male gamer too, Kingsman. He has never made any effort to shut down sexist incel comments either. If anything, he seems more happy than the kind of the community flourish on his channel. Mugen's videos get millions of views. That means they're going to get thousands of comments. You want him, right? Because you're unemployed. I'm pretty sure you have the time to do this. You want Mugen to stop what he's doing, stop working on whatever video he's doing, so he can go through his and filter his comments. That's what you're saying. Socialist gaming, am I right? Anyways, go ahead.
You've watched this video so far and you don't have any common sense, don't worry, I got you. All of this, from start to finish, did not happen because Peach was a woman.
Nope.
Peach could have been an alien from Mars. She could have been like one of those fictional aliens from Star Wars, whatever you want, dude. She could have not even been from Earth.
Random
This is
Star
about
Wars
her
cameo.
behavior. And the fact that she's making it about her gender is an injustice to anyone who's actually had to get
for real.
harassed and stalked and all these things on the internet. These are real cases that deserve attention. And this case right here doesn't deserve to take any attention away from people actually struggling and suffering. I can't believe she said this with a straight face. At the same time, though, when it came to Nessie, he was...
I'll be real. I can believe it. I believe it.
Back to square one. The video of his that he made to defend himself was taken down, and now he had to live with the idea, going to bed every day thinking, are the police going to knock at my door? Things were getting very serious very quickly. He understood that he couldn't do this by himself anymore. He needed help. So he reached out to a friend of his that also happens to be a Sea of Thieves content creator and asked him to help. And so he did. He went by the name The Bee. And on his channel, they would both upload a video titled Streamer Wants My Friend Arrested for Killing Her in a Video Game. And within just 2 weeks, it would amass over 500,000 views. It would go over a lot of clips that were already featured in Nessie's video. And near the end of the video, they would update everyone and telling them that yes, Peach claimed to have reported him to the police because she doxed his information through a YouTube.
Chet, have you pulled for Nungong yet? Have you gotten every Angel of Delusion? Sorry, random question. Chat, are you getting Cecia? Sorry, weird question, Aaron.
Strike. How disgusting can you get as a person? At this point, it was over. Nessie's video didn't really get that much attention, but this one did. The Arc Raiders community was well aware of what Peach had done now, and it had even reached people who don't even play the game. Because you were that bothered that the person who killed you had a partner badge? Come on, man. So as you might imagine, after the Bee's video came out,
and me and her had the same followers.
And everyone was well aware of her actions.
Yo, ban her and give me her spot. Unban me and ban her.
She would proceed to private her Twitter account. No apology, no accountability, just running away and pretending like nothing happened. She, of course, has not streamed since
I wonder if she went to Blue Cry.
This all could have been avoided multiple times throughout this entire timeline. She could have stopped at any given moment and moved on.
It's honestly impressive how bad she's done every choice. It really is. It's kind of impressive, chat.
But no, we had to report him to the police.
Yeah.
When it came to Nessie, though, he had finally gotten his video back up on March 26th, 2026, so almost 20 days after uploading it. The memes that have come out from this have also been pretty funny.
Well, you kill a streamer in Arc Raiders and now the police are knocking at your door? I love the Higuruma meme.
Of course.
Higuruma
in the end,
so
I think
good.
what really blows my mind here is that this was all done by a streamer with 2,000 followers, right? Someone who doesn't really have that much of a...
And I think someone else is going to have to check for me. I checked on my phone and I couldn't find her account, but mind you, I'm banned, so someone's probably going to have to check. I think she deleted her Twitter, though. I believe so. I'll check on Blue Cry.
Influence on people.
I gotta check on Blue
Cry. Ask themselves, what would Peach have done in this situation if she had 10 or 100 times the followers in the viewership?
It would be insane.
Honestly, it's scary to even ask this question, but we've seen it multiple times, especially on my channel. Some people let the influence get to their heads, their egos become inflated beyond belief, and they end up hurting people in the process. Guys, don't play extraction shooters if you don't expect to get killed by another player, and if you do, please don't dox them and involve the police. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I really...
Honestly, just PvE. Just get the money, chat. There's so much... There is hundreds of thousands of rubles to be made in Escape from Tarkov every raid. Don't go for people.
Appreciate it. And if you want to see exclusive content, including awesome high-quality drawings, as well as 2 exclusive yapping videos per month, then make sure to check out my Stacked page in the description and the pinned comment. It's like Patreon, but in my opinion, better. I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is, and I love you so much, platonically.
No, it's not platonically. I'm tired of him saying it's platonically. I don't care if the police are too busy solving a crisis. I died in a video game. Help me. What a great video, chat. I knew this was gonna be great. This is such a great video. Obviously, it's Mugen, right? Mugen's always delivering heat. Chat, let me know you guys feel calm, like, subscribe. I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye. I'm gonna go check now, actually. Let me go see if I can find her on Blue Cry. I don't know why, but I have this inkling that maybe she went to Blue Cry. Oh, let me... Get some background music. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, let me get my background music. Oh, what do you yeah. Let's say Peach X. She's on Blue Cry. There it is. Wait, is she? No. Okay, no. She's not active on Blue Cry. She has a Blue Cry. She's not active on there though. Okay. Last time she was active on Blue Cry was like damn near 9 months ago. So that is a no-go. She's probably one of the people who like initially joined it, but then it evidently or eventually ended up getting off. That makes sense. All right. What the fuck is this? Two more hours for the Genshin update? Yeah, it's gonna be a while. It is gonna be a while, that's for sure. Bum, bum, bum. I'm gonna play FIFA for a bit. Nice, dude. It may or may not be a FIFA moment. Yeah, I have, it's nothing else to do. Are you a male VTuber? Nope, too bad you don't exist. Damn it. Bang, 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 bang. Dude, actually, wait. Wait, no. It's not 2 more hours. It should only be about an hour. Yeah, it's only about an hour left for the WoW update. Or for the Genshin update. Have you seen Sane get cooked by the WoW community because it's Annie? No. Yes and no. I haven't figured out what it was about because I don't care. But I seen on Twitter that he's just crashing out because people are... We both live in a different time. Well, the game's gonna go live at the same time. And that time is 1 hour. But yeah, I seen that he had gotten shit on because of Zanny, because people being able to clear from Zanny, right? I don't know what else. Like I can't, like I said, I can't see it. It's on Twitter. I'm banned off Twitter. So that's where most of this drama happens. You gotta go on without me. I can't see it. I no longer have access to this information. All this stuff happening on Twitter with Saint getting shit on. I can't be there. I can't be there with you guys. I mean, I wish I could, but it happens. I have been banned. I no longer have the freedom to check the cool stuff, which sucks because it sounds like it was funny, right? It's like he keeps moving the goalpost about Zanny and people not being able to clear with Zanny, but then it's like a bunch of Zanny mains like got onto Twitter, or a bunch of Zanny mains, or I think it's one person specifically. He posted a bunch of clips or something of him playing Zanny and pretty much clearing what Saint said that he couldn't. Something like that. Is that what it is? I think so, right? Let's see, what if I just look up Zanny Wuthering Waves? No quick swap. Is it this guy? Oh, yeah, it's this guy who's just been shitting on Saint this whole time. Zanny can't clear tower. It's been going on for days too. Humble them, king. Clown of the year, clown of every gacha game, Saint Tontas. And I'm glad this is where we are nowadays, where no one gives a fuck about what Saint says, and he's just getting shit on by everybody. Like, he's just getting shit on by Zanny clearing everybody. Zanny mains are delusional. Did he actually get?
Alrighty, ladies.
Yeah, he's getting disliked by to shit. Three hours of peak employment. Is this a 3-hour video? No, it's only a 20-minute video. I like how people are just like, you suck at the game, bro. If Zanny was a male character. Dude, he's just getting shit on. I don't blame on saying if he sucks at Wuwa. I don't either. Mind you, let me also say that. I don't care that Saint sucks fat fucking cock at Wuthering Waves, right? That has nothing to do with anything. Him being ass at Wuthering Waves legitimately doesn't mean anything. Like, not being good at Wuthering Waves only means you just didn't practice enough or something, right? These things happen. But if you're gonna go around and be like, oh, you can't clear with this character, oh, and now this character doesn't count, oh, this clear doesn't count, no, you can't do that because of this, and yada 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 yada, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. If you're gonna do that, then yeah, you deserve to get shit on. You should just be told to shut the fuck up, right? Now, if he's just like, Zanny doesn't work for me, like, if he just comes out and says, I can't make it work with Zanny, I think Zanny sucks. That's better because of the first sentence. Him saying, I can't do this, I think it sucks because I fucking suck at it. That's totally fine. I don't see a single problem with that. Like, again, these things happen, right? Some characters you just don't learn to clear with. You're like, yeah, this sucks. It happens, right? But the way he comes out and is like, oh, nobody else can clear it. Like, whatever, bro. Because of fuck. I don't give a fuck what he has to say. He should simply be better at his game. Has he considered being better at his game? I am simply asking a question. Am I asking the wrong question? I don't believe I am. I am asking simply, get good. Get good with an Omega Law. Get good Omega Law. XD. I mean, you don't have to get good at a game. I'm not gonna fucking force you to get good at a game, right? Sometimes you're just bad at a game. These things happen, chat. Anyways, this one is about Japan is not happy with Crunchyroll. Now, I have Crunchyroll, believe it or not, because I don't know how to sail the seas. So it's just like, you know what? I might as well just pay Crunchyroll. Plus, my friends, or not my friends, my siblings I pay for like Crunchyroll and like what is it, Netflix and stuff like that. They like it, right? I'm not gonna cancel it at this point. Am I happy that I'm paying for it? Not exactly, but yeah, let's watch this. This is Japan's not happy with Crunchyroll.
Again, have the one and only Japanese assembly member Zenko Kurishita, who continues to do a
Dude,
great...
this guy's so based. This guy is always coming out and like talking about like about Japan and like anti-censorship stuff. Yeah, it's literally in his title.
Job being outspoken about
Yo,
issues
Crunchyroll,
related to
it
anime,
happens, dude. Come on, what do you want
localization,
from me?
gaming, etc., etc. And in this, he provides information about how Crunchyroll is geo-blocked in Japan.
Okay.
Now, this, of course, has been public information for years because this is not new, and anyone in Japan
Really?
or
I
using a
didn't know
VPN can find this out for themselves, but this has sparked quite an interesting conversation over the last 24 hours or so. Accounts like Pirate Nation then going on to make tweets like Crunchyroll is unavailable in Japan due to licensing restrictions.
Well, here's the thing. Why would they ever need Crunchyroll? What's the point? It literally appears on their TV. What do you need Crunchyroll for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Of course, are you telling me that... Hold on, I'm trying to think of something that's like similar. Wow. Chinese people don't have to pay import tax for making Chinese food? Wow, that's crazy. Wow, that's not a great example. Chinese people don't have to pay taxes while using Taobao? You really? Wow, I never would have guessed. Oh, if someone from Japan orders a what is it? A gunpla, they don't have to pay the importing tax from America? Oh, what a surprise. I never would have guessed.
Geo-block means Japanese audiences never see the Western localized versions of anime.
Good.
Subtitles are often rewritten. Content is censored. And
they don't need to have the subtitles. They speak the language. What?
Dubs are altered without anyone noticing the changes.
Although I do wish they would have known, because at least then the artist and the original like creators of stuff will be able to see how these people are just messing up their content, right? Because these people are just rewriting their content, bro. It's legitimately just turning into something different. Like, that would be the most offensive thing to me if I was an artist or if I was a mangaka. You somehow took it upon yourself and you felt like my work was not good enough or is just unworthy to be shown on in a different country. I'd be so offended, bro. I would be insanely offended. Was it Crunchyroll the size for back in the day? Yeah, it was. That's the funny part too. They were. That's what their site was for. It was exactly for that.
We have a response from the OG Surima. Says Crunchyroll wasn't even viewable from Japan to begin with.
Yeah.
So no matter how much of a mess they made, it never got exposed to Japanese viewers. With the language barrier in place, even if there was some idle person, like me, when the time to deliberately translate it into Japanese and share it, it would only stir up a little of buzz at most. The reason I referred to Surima as an OG is because you might recall even back in like 2020 or 2021-ish, on the channel here, we were talking about posts from Surima related to these sort of issues. So it's always nice to see additional insight from Surima on these sort of topics. Similarly, we have a tweet here from Ayaka Mods that says, just now. I'm sorry, this is no shade at Ayaka Mods. I'm just so sick of like seeing
breaking news
with just now or breaking.
Yeah.
Like this just in. That's a whole separate issue though. Excuse me. Continuing says, Crunchyroll's invisible curtain exposed. Crunchyroll's geo-blocked in Japan. Japanese fans literally cannot access it. So the West can rewrite subtitles, censor content, and push anti-male dubs. And Japan never sees it. Now, some people are a little bit confused here, thinking like Crunchyroll is...
You know what this reminds me of as well? This actually reminds me of the Hoyoverse thing, right? Because when people play a Hoyoverse game from China, they will more than likely have it in Mandarin, right? So they didn't know that the whole like... What is it? The whole... Oh, God, I just had the word in my head. I don't know why I lost it. The whole protest was happening, right? There were some people who did not know that there was a protest happening on the English side until I told them. Like, I've had some posts blow up because I would talk about it in Xiaohongshu. You know, I'd be like, oh, here's this guy. This guy got recasted, or these guys are blah, blah, blah. And I think it was one of the posts that blew up on Reddit, not from me, but somebody else. And it had all of the, like, there were so many people from China just talking so much shit on these people, right? It kind of reminds me of that these people don't really know what's happening there, right? And, you know, they even say I've had someone tell me something like, it's always the Western, it seems like all the Western voice actors are always in the drama and stuff like that. And they don't know about it. It's kind of crazy how much people don't, some of the stuff just doesn't reach the original, where the IP is originally from.
Specifically doing this so that they can get away with butchering Japanese intellectual property. What's really going on here is there's no reason for Crunchyroll and Japanese companies to negotiate Crunchyroll to have the capabilities, the access to license in Japan. Japan already has domestic.
Why do you need to have? Why do you need to watch the Crunchyroll version of anything? Just turn on your TV. It's probably gonna be there.
Alternatives that are far superior to Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll's entire pitch to these Japanese companies anyways,
to be honest,
is their distribution overseas. So that's why it's geo-blocked in Japan. It's not like it's intentionally geo-blocked to hide this stuff. They just don't have the agreements worked out, and there's no reason for them to ever have them worked out. Now, important caveat. You do see bad actors, so to speak, these corrupt people in anime localizations and ADR script writing, et cetera, taking advantage of that fact, knowing that they can butcher the intellectual property and likely receive no pushback from Japanese audiences because they're simply not aware. Now, hypothetically, if Crunchyroll wasn't geo-blocked in Japan, these people would probably still be doing all this corrupt stuff. They might just be a little bit more careful, a little bit more worried about it, you know? It's not like...
They would, if I were to guess, I would think that, like, say someone wants to watch it in English dub or something, and they'd have the Japanese subtitles. They would probably have the Japanese subtitles correct, but still change the English dub and the English subtitles, right? And then just assume that the other people wouldn't know because they have that kind of ego, right? They're probably that narcissistic enough to be like, oh, yeah, if we do this, we'll get away with it. They'll never know. It's truly, chat, the more you think about it, the more infuriating it really gets when you like talk about these people, right? These numbskulls, am I right, chat?
This is the sole reason they're doing it. No, this just further enables them, really. Back over to Zenko Kurishita. He had responded to Chibi Reviews, where Chibi had said, this explains how Crunchyroll is able to get away with censoring anime now if Japan can't access it. They have actively changed the meaning of the story through their subtitles, even pushing hatred towards men in their English dubs. Kurishita responding, saying, the fact that it's not available in Japan acts like an invisible curtain when it comes to expression. With increasing cross-border exchanges on X, perhaps the reality will be conveyed more effectively through these kinds of posts in the future. Referring to, as I covered last week, the algorithmic change in which many people from Japan are getting posts recommended to them from outside Japan and vice versa, leading to some very interesting discourse. To put
because like a lot of this stuff, dude, say what you want about Elon Musk, and I know I have certain things to say, mainly unban me, but say what you will about it, but this stuff being this open, honest, and free has its benefits, and this is one of them. Especially now that the translator works the way it does, where all this stuff is being translated automatically, and you can just have conversations with people around the world. I think it's gonna hopefully bring some change. Hopefully, right? Like you have someone from actual like an actual politician who is going to hopefully bring it back to Japan and talk about it, right? So I'm hopeful at the very least because things have never been this open before. I'm hoping at least that someone will talk about it, and now Crunchyroll has to do it right. Or, we go the extreme route, and then AI takes their jobs, which, I'm fine with that, too.
Simply. Kurishita also provided a screenshot of what he seems to see on Crunchyroll's website when he goes over there, of course, being located in Japan. The homepage reading, "Welcome to Crunchyroll." Oh, gosh. I would hate to see that.
Yeah.
It's painful enough seeing that as a screenshot. I would hate to see it, actually being on their website. Just an awful platform, really. Yeah. And really quick, maybe some people watching this use Crunchyroll, and they're taken back, or they're like, what am I supposed to use then? What should I use if I don't use Crunchyroll? Brother, there are a lot of great alternatives out there that don't involve giving your money to Crunchyroll. Some people might even say that you're better off taking a certain Luffy approach to these sort of things. If you don't understand that, feel free to ask more in the comments. You might find some insight there if you're confused, which is a little bit ironic given Crunchyroll's history, but nevertheless, the point stands. Back to the screenshot posted by Kurishizo.
Yeah, that's what someone was just asking about, whether Crunchyroll was a piracy site in the back in the day, which it was. It just it ended up going corporate, so that's how that went about.
What he sees when he visits Crunchyroll. It's also funny how they're promoting right there their anime awards. Every single year they get mocked because the judges that they pick for their awards are.
I think they just. I think at this year's award, I don't know if it passed, but there's an award by Crunchyroll where Cinderella Grey wasn't nominated for anything. Hello? What? How does Umumusume Cinderella Grey not get nominated for anything? I don't know.
Some of the most politically brain-rotted people possible.
I have words to say. None of them are good, and some of them probably can't even be said on this platform.
And of course, no one takes these awards seriously for good reason, but this is still pretty freaking hilarious. Packer Girl said, just when you thought Crunchyroll couldn't sink any lower, one of the anime award judges is an anime DEI consultant.
Oh, Christ, they're European. Oh, I got the wrong. Sorry. Shout out to Europe.
Oh my gosh, I'm facepalming in real life. Like the sweet baby ink of anime here. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, a wonderful person who's totally not just a grifter. Founder of Anime and Chill. Of course, is the UK. Once again, my heart goes out to you.
Shout out to Europe. Consults with entertainment brands on DEI community engagement and influencer marketing, connecting campaigns with authentic voices in the anime community. I've never even heard of your company, so I'm hoping it doesn't do that well.
UK viewers out there, but founder of Anime and Chill, the UK's leading anime and gaming community. Yeah, we're the leading anime and gaming community, right?
Okay.
And Neni Aban is a multi-award-winning community founder. Awards from what?
I don't know.
Awards from what? Sure, dude. Yeah, guess what?
I'm an award-winning VTuber. From what? I don't know. I won't show you either. It's like, dude, that's not very, can we get a list of them? Can you show us where? You own a company. Technically, you can give yourself an award, right? And if it's DEI awards, those are worth less than if you just gave yourself an award, right?
I've won thousands of awards myself. You know what? 10,000s. I'm a 10,000 award winner, guys.
I'm an award-winning
founder,
VTuber,
creative technologist, and entertainment curator working across the global anime and gaming industry. She leads Anime and Chill, the UK's leading anime and gaming community known for their community-driven events.
No, they're not. Bullshit. Show me one of them. Show me one of their events. Anime and Chill events. Show me one. Show me a single event. Our social anime and chill events are social gatherings, and often in London or online via Discord, that merge anime culture and gaming from YouTube. Yeah. Comic After Party Edition. Anime and Chill has, which I'm assuming is this. Here it is. Anime and Chill UK. Oh, they have 800 subscribers. I have more subs than you. Can I be a panel judge if I myself every single platform I have has more followers than you? I'm only saying that now because my Twitter was banned. Other than that, you probably have more followers than me on Twitter. But can I be a panel judge? Right? Does that work? Holy.
With over a decade of experience in UK anime fandom and is a longtime anime fan, and then he is an established figure. So many terms being used so loosely in this description. Recognized for connecting the scene and championing spaces for underrepresented audiences. She has contributed to large-scale convention programming and curation.
Oh, yeah?
And consults with entertainment brands on DEI, community engagement, and influencer...
The most important thing in anime, DEI, because you know how much they talk about that.
Marketing. Connecting campaigns with authentic voices in the anime community. Lady, you cannot be someone talking about authenticity. Come on. Come on. And then I found this article that talks about Eni Aban. Get this. They say, Eni soon realized that more could be...
Jeez. It. Good. Good lord.
Done to make Geek World more inclusive, to marginalize.
I have more followers than them, and iFunny, can I get an award? You are now going to be the recipient of the Blue Demon Follower Awards. I'll get you your trophy in like a week. That's how you. So you are now an award-winning follower on iFunny from me personally.
As fans of Japanese culture, and we talked to her about how this led to Anime and Chill, having this whole Q&A. But let's talk about this really quick, where she's making the claim that she wants to make the geek world more inclusive. Dude, this has been one of the most inclusive communities.
This is the most the most inclusive and the most uninclusive, right? The most inclusive because anybody from any background anywhere can join and be a geek and be a nerd and be like a weeb and all that stuff. It's also unwelcoming because, you know, we want to have normies and tourists not in our communities, right? And we shouldn't. We should not have we should gatekeep your hobbies. Is what I'll say. It doesn't matter what the person is, their background or anything like that. If they show a love for the thing that you want to, if they show a love for your hobbies and for whatever craft you have, there's no reason anyone should ever be gatekept. If they don't at least show the proper respect to your hobbies, gatekeep them. Gatekeep the dog shit out of them. 100%. You should absolutely gatekeep your hobbies.
Communities for a long time. You can even fact check this by taking a look at old convention photos, for example. Very diverse, very welcoming, very accepting. And then you have disingenuous people like this completely misrepresenting the community and smearing the community. Oh, they weren't diverse. They weren't accepting. Yeah, they were. Now you're trying to misappropriately put this false label on the entire community. And people like this.
Dude, anime is like the most... Dude, Dragon Ball Z and all that is a national anime in Mexico. I don't know how much more accepting you can get than that.
This are the ones actually making it worse. These people don't actually care about diversity.
If they could, Goku would be a saint in the Catholic Church. He 100% would. They would put him. They would use him in. They would use him in like masses and stuff like that. I promise you, bro. That's how much he's beloved in Mexico. And Mexico, you know, is Catholic. So yeah,
it's very obvious, and there's even proof
it's funny
in this very article about that too. They have multiple sections where they talk about diversity.
Yeah.
And then every single example in every picture is like 99% black people.
That's what I was going to say. Things like this that say that are emphasizing diverse. I feel like the way that it's diverse is that they exclude people. Like people have to, there's no way people aren't being excluded in this, right? There's just no way. Like the most accepting in diverse area is where they don't talk about diversity. Right? Where they just let anybody in. That's what true diversity is, chat. You don't call attention to someone's diversity. You call attention to the similarities. Oh, you also like you also like Uma Musume? Hell yeah, brother. Tell me who's your favorite Uma. We're gonna talk about that for hours. Oh, you like Frieren? Oh, dude, that new season's fire. I need to watch it after stream. I'm probably gonna do that. Like, there is so much that unites us more than what is it called? Things you can't change, right? Or something characteristics. I forgot the word. There's so much more than that brings us together than that. That's all I think.
That's not diverse. That is actually the complete opposite of diverse. I've pointed this out before when DI consultants, when modern audience types say diverse, what they really mean is black. They don't actually mean diversity. Now,
look at these cosplayers, bro.
Audience types say diverse. What they really mean is black.
Look at these cosplayers, bro. And I'm saying this respectfully. Bro, they are fine. They are beautiful. These girls are gorgeous. This has nothing to do with skin colors or nothing. They're just very pretty. Listen. I like this. I like the Ochako one. I do like Elizabeth, but this Ochako one is pretty... I like this one. She's really pretty.
Actually mean diversity. Now, sometimes people have responded to my point by saying
Games
what they
of Pizza
really mean
Hangout
is
all I
not
need.
white.
Dude, that sounds like
and
a
I
great
think that's
time.
like funny in a memey way. And there is truth to that as well. And it does bake
Pizza and
into my
yapping.
point. But
Hell
really,
yeah.
what they mean is black. That's what they mean by diverse, which again is a complete oxymoron. Excuse me. It's just always funny to point that out and see that. We care about diversity.
Rights? Is that the word I was saying?
No, you don't.
That's wrong.
No, you don't.
Inalienable.
Speaking of which, a
characteristics. I think that's
conversation
what I
about
was trying to
diversity in
say.
anime is currently going viral on JP Twitter. Specifically, this tweet that reads, "A certain black actress says, my favorite Japanese anime is probably Ghibli, but it's a shame Ghibli has so few black people." Versus a certain black actor who says, "I've loved Naruto and Bleach since I was a kid. My top favorite is Ulquiorra, maybe. Oh, and by the way, my costume in the role was inspired by Vegeta."
I know who this is.
The latter is overwhelmingly more trustworthy than the former.
I know who they're talking about, by the way. Let's see if he says who it is.
Response reading, "I don't get why we have to be the ones putting out black people in the first place."
Yeah.
And the OP then says, "This is about that interview from the time of Black Panther."
Yeah, okay, so they know what it's from. This is from Black Panther. This is what Michael B. Jordan says, because Michael B. Jordan, and I'm going to say this with my full chest, Michael B. Jordan is a weeb. He's a huge weeb. He loves anime. And I love that about him, dude. If you guys have ever seen Black Panther, his Killmonger, the beginning Killmonger outfit where he has the armor, that is inspired by Vegeta. I think that's really sick, and I love him as that. I think Killmonger is probably one of the best villains in all of Marvel. I love him, dude. He's amazing. I love Michael B. Jordan.
They're right. The woman comes off as kind of superficial, and it upsets me. But Michael B. Jordan has this genuine otaku vibe, and I totally warmed up to him.
Oh, yeah, he's a weeb.
In closing, it's good that Japanese people are...
He is a giant weeb.
Becoming more aware of this
him.
topic and the unfolding situation overseas with corruption in the
I need to watch
industry
Sinners. I think it's on Amazon.
DI consultants that are apparently sponsored by Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
On top of that, there's also more JP awareness towards the issues going on in anime localization and that side of things too. So overall, pretty good news really. But let me know what you think about the latest. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. I mean, these discussions are... I like having these discussions because it's like... We need to talk about more about what brings us together than what divides us. But these people want to have diversity, and diversity means that now we have to exclude people and, hate on people for their skin color and stuff like that. And they're going to be like, oh, well, we all have, dude. It happens. It sucks that it happens, but it happens. But, what we should be doing instead is just bringing each other together and lifting each other up and not just dividing each other, right? That's all I'm going to say, chat. Let me know if you guys feel comment, subscribe. I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye. Is that my baby girl Jam? Jam Kudau Duberry. Bam, 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 bam. Starter guide for Jam. Jam Kudau Duberry. My Chinese wife.
Jam is an infighter with tumultuous offense. Close the distance in a flash and overwhelm the opponent with her varied mix-up. Asanagi no Kokyu. This move powers up the next use of each corresponding special move.
Yeah.
The kick version powers up Ryujin. The slash version
Ryujin.
powers up Gekirin. And the heavy slash version powers up Ryutsui. Holding the input.
Oh, that's a pretty honest overhead.
And the heavy slash version powers up Ryutsui. Holding the input.
Well, I guess it's because she likes Kai. She took his honest overhead.
Will power up all three moves at once.
Yeah.
Ryujin. A fierce jumping kick. It works well in combos due to its fast startup. When powered up, it triggers a follow-up when performed in a combo, dealing major damage. It can trigger a wall break when near the corner. Gekirin. Jam leaps up to perform an overhead kick. This move
Dude, that is
works
such
well
an honest
to mix
overhead.
up a blocking opponent. When performed at point...
Where's Mark? I'm going to message him. They gave my Chinese wife Kai's... I almost wrote Kai without the apostrophe, and that means something else. Kai's honest overhead. Is my one-armed goddess Biken? She's not released yet. This isn't a
Jam
about
passes
her.
through the opponent to attack behind them. When powered up, it gains faster startup and additional damage.
It's still pretty honest.
Keep the opponent on their toes and break through their defense. Ryutsui performs a small leap, then a low attack after landing. You can keep up pressure on the opponent by alternating between this and Gekirin. When powered up, it gains additional damage. It also leaves Jam at an advantage when blocked, meaning you can keep up your offense. Bakushu, a quick forward movement.
Yeah,
Jam
this should
enters
be
a low
like this should be a
as she
stance,
moves,
right?
allowing you to avoid high-hitting attacks while approaching.
This should be a stance move, right? You can
Break,
kind of do other
Ryappo
things.
Shinsho can be used as a follow-up during the movement.
Does she have the dodge?
Break comes to a quick stop after Bakushu. You can take the opponent by surprise as you approach. Hyappo Shinsho hits the opponent with a powerful strike after Bakushu. It leaves Jam vulnerable when blocked, but when used at a distance, it is challenging to punish. It deals major damage, making it a great choice in combos. Chojin, a command movement with a forward leap. You can act again mid-air after the movement.
Does she not have her her dodge?
Offense.
I don't think she has her dodge anymore.
This move can be cancelled into Ryujin, Gekirin, or Ryutsui. The trajectory of these moves varies when used as a cancel after Chojin. Trip up the opponent to break through their defense. The cancels after Chojin can be performed with simplified inputs. Hochifu, a move that can parry attacks.
Yeah, the
with
parry.
The exception of
Here it
throws. Go Shao, a follow-up attack available after Hochifu.
Boom.
It can be used to interrupt your opponent's offense as the startup is invincible. It can't be Roman cancelled when whiffed, so make sure to use it carefully. Alternate between continuing your offense or countering with Go Shao, depending on the situation. Cho Keku Koryumon,
This should be her ult.
a powerful attack that launches the opponent before slamming them down to the ground. It pushes the opponent towards the corner, making
Sick.
it a great way to trigger.
Oh, does she
wall
have her? I
break.
wonder.
It is
I don't think so.
invincible
There's no
on
way.
Startup, meaning it can be used as a reversal.
Yeah.
Asanagi no Kokyu, Shinki Kaiten. Jam takes a deep breath, unleashing powerful ki. In addition to dealing damage, this move powers up the next use of
I guess
Ryujin,
not, no.
Gekirin, and Ryutsui. Although her moves may have short range, Jam can take advantage of her excellent mobility with her diverse tools. Close in on the opponent quickly.
Yeah, that's kind of what always sucked about playing her in X hard
Chojin,
is everyone
or
out
Ryutsui.
outranges her.
Once you're within range, break through their defense.
But like once you
with
get on them,
throw
you can really
or
like
Gekirin.
fuck them up.
Using the break follow-up after Bakushu can create a formidably fast-paced offensive. Ryujin, Gekirin, and Ryutsui.
Oh, she doesn't have her.
become
She doesn't have her
serious
old
threats
ult anymore.
when powered up with Asanagi
She doesn't
no
have the
Kokyu.
ult where she
Search for windows of
where she,
opportunity to
throws
power
them up.
these moves up. Thank you for watching.
God, I love my Chinese wife.
We once again.
Chat, I am enamored with my Chinese wife. I'm gonna make that my status on Twitter. On Twitter. I mean on what did I say? On Discord. Wait, how do I change my status? Oh, here we go. I forgot I had an Asmon quote. I had an Asmon quote, but no one knew what it was. My Discord thing is like an Asmongold quote. Do it for the love of the game and the hatred of the world. Also, I don't think this Onron situation deserves its own video. Man, don't give a fuck, Hammy. Ain't nobody give a fuck, Hammy. You know, Ren is enamored with a Chinese woman. I think he's a hater, though. I don't know. I'm just gonna put jam krautberry, my Chinese wife. I love this Chinese woman.
Second, third.
I hear he likes milk too. What the fuck? I like milk. What'd that mean? What'd that mean? Hollow collab, but it's all brain damage. What?
We can't let you.
What is this?
Gigi become daddy.
Somebody else please take her place.
Gigi's gotta stay away from my mom.
I'm gonna do so many things to your mother.
Go, 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 go! Go, my ball.
Ooh, what is she gonna do with that? I'll just run this way. Ow! Who shot me?
Bee-boo.
You are a murderer! You're a murderer!
Wait, which one is my ball?
What the
My ball?
Stop.
Just tap it, just tap it.
Can you stop, please, for 2 seconds, Gigi? 2 seconds. Gigi, I've been so nice to you this whole game.
We're such good friends playing golf.
I don't know about all that. Ouch.
Shotgun.
Shotgun. Wait, was that Bae falling off?
Such good friends playing golf.
I don't know about all that. Ouch.
Shotgun.
There she goes.
You deserve that. You freaking deserve that.
You deserve that. Oh. I need to try out Pilk. Do you? Oh. Rin wants some succulent Pilk. You know? I don't know about that. I don't know about the Pilk.
We have something. I need to kiss my boo boo. I need to kiss my boo right now.
Don't let your kids watch it.
So you're the ball god. You're the
ball god. God.
I wanna touch boy Clappy ball.
is that low tier god, Callie? God.
ball lord.
Lord.
I wanna touch boy Clappy ball.
Hey,
I do too.
Get in line.
Me too. I want to touch Callie's balls.
I love you.
It's okay. You're ball minute in. You're ball minute in, girl.
No, I've never forget.
I've never heard her yell like that.
I love you.
Holy shit. I've never heard Callie yell like that.
It's okay. You're ball minute in. You're ball minute in, girl.
No, I'm never forgetting that. For the rest of my life, I'm never forgetting that. That you're trying to stop. I'm never forgetting that. I feel like I'm brain damage from this game.
What do you mean? Aren't we bonding?
Pilk is an acquired taste, Renithi. It's an acquired something, Chad. I'm gonna grab water and I'm gonna piss. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. This is gonna sound weird, but I've never understood the point of dishwashers. Dishwashers? What the? Oh no, I lost my sub to Celadon. Fuck, man. It's ogre. Oh no. It's so ogre. Jesus Christ. These things are massive. It's never ogre. It's never ogre. There's always a final chance. There is always a fighting chance, Chad. It's never ogre. Never say that it's ogre. Wait, did they release Gem's songwriting? Guilty Gear. Arxis work. Let's rock. No, they haven't released it yet. They release other stuff. Ooh, Jam. I love Jam. Alright, what was the next thing I was gonna do? Yeah, I want to see this actually.
Why are Asians?
This is actually interesting that I want to see. I'm very interested in this because I love competitive games.
Why are Asians so good at gaming?
Alright. Chat, this is an interesting one I wanted to see. Why Korea and China dominates gaming but not Japan? That's kind of an interesting one. Let's watch.
Why are Asians so good at gaming?
League of Legends, World of Warcraft, Arena of Valor.
At a major publisher, we notice something the public usually gets wrong. Most people see Korean and Chinese teams dominating esports and think it's about genetics or some mystical Asian gaming gene. But as a PhD sociologist,
I think it's just that they take it seriously, to be honest. Right? Because over here, when you think about like people over here don't even know about esports, right? Like adults or boomers or people like that. No one ever takes esports seriously. Right? But you have people over. That's why people say things like, I think it's called Ionia, the Chinese super server, or the Korean server. That's why these servers are so they're popular with so many like good players, just because they take it seriously. They're all trying to get better and stuff like that. But in the West, it just seems like it's just like a relaxing thing to do, which is fine, right? It's gaming, right? You want to play a game, you want to relax, you want to do it for content or something like that. It's fine. That's cool. But it's not going to produce the best players.
I learned to look at something different.
Yeah.
We looked at the soil. The numbers make this clear. Over 90% of StarCraft World Champions are Korean. Chinese teams have claimed multiple League Worlds titles, and in the last 13 years of League of Legends...
Wait, what?
Teams have claimed multiple percent of StarCraft World Champions are Korean. Chinese teams have claimed multiple League Worlds titles, and in the last 13 years of...
These are Korean teams. This is, or at least 3 of these are, right? SKT, SKT, SKT. Is that Samsung? Kingen, DRX. Yeah, wait. A lot of these are Korean. What? You said Chinese. These are Korean teams.
League of Legends, Asian teams have won every single world championship. The secret behind their success? African teams have won every single world championship.
Except for one, Fnatic. Fnatic won the first world championship. And then there's a Taipei Assassins who isn't Korean or Chinese.
The secret behind their success? Infrastructure. I'm John, and today we're digging into months of research on why Korea and China built the most fertile soil on Earth for...
Huh, those are some weird things to get wrong. Is that weird? I don't know why that's weird. The only I watch is Gran Turismo esports, not that. I started and I could care less about MLG games. I respect it, but I just can't call it a sport. Well, then we fall behind. You never call it a sport. People never acknowledge it as an actual sport, as something people can actually get good at. We fall behind. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, esports athletes in these other countries get treated like celebrities. Over here, they get treated like a joke. Things happen. Causality, you know? It happens.
Competitive gaming. Here's the big idea. Individual talent is like a seed, and the country's gaming scene is the soil. Good soil will grow tons of talent, but even the best seeds will die in bad soil. Korea and China built this success with big money and a culture that loves gaming. We'll look at how cities like Seoul and Shanghai built the perfect systems for players to grow, but also look at other regions in the world where they're building world-class talent on nothing but a smartphone and a data connection. But stick around to the end, because I'll also explain why the OG of global gaming culture, Japan, actually let their soil go dry.
You lose. Well, except for in fighting games. There's actually, I think some European players, and I think there's actually some Chinese players on the rise for fighting games, because here there's usually there'll be Japanese players who do well, but there's some Middle Eastern players who are actually really, really good. Like Angry Bird was an Evo champion for Street Fighter. There's also some Hispanic cultures that have like really good players. I think God, what's his name? Mena RD is Dominican, I think is what he is. And he's like the Street Fighter champion for both Japan Evo and Evo Japan and regular Evo, right? But there is a few Americans in there that are really good. Like Punk. Punk was an American champion for Evo, right? Shout out to Punk.
Quick rewind to 2013. It's the World Championship of League of Legends, and the air crackles with tension in Staples Center in
this is
LA,
where SKT wins,
with a sold-out crowd, with millions more watching online. On stage, 10 players from China and Korea.
This isn't the one where... Is this the one where Samsung White wins? Or Samsung Blue wins? No, White. Samsung White. No, I don't think
locked
so.
in
Wow, look at
monitors.
that. Dude,
but
some of the stars on here, like Uzi. Dude, Uzi's such a
silent Korean team
huge name in China.
Chinese prodigy Uzi.
Yeah.
Both carrying the hopes of a nation. Just a year ago, neither of them were global names. One grinding away ranked games in Seoul's PC bangs, and the other dominating Chinese competition. But in 2013, they collided on the world's biggest stage. At 2-0 with Korea up, the crowd's chant swells into a roar as the Korean team leads a fearless charge down the top lane. Every movement precise.
Piglet, Faker, Bengi.
Towers fall, the enemy nest
so
shatters,
many players here.
and the arena erupts as Korea completes their sweep.
Yeah.
Here at the Staples Center.
At that moment, it wasn't just Korea beating China.
And there it is. And after this, I think after this, SKT has never lost to a Chinese team on an international at the world stage. They are legitimately like 13-0 of all the games that they have played since 2013. They have never lost a best of 5 to a Chinese team.
It was the league's version of Michael Jordan crushing Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
One player on his way to immortality, the other destined to become the greatest to never lift the crown. The world had just witnessed the
right,
coronation
Uzi is
of a legend.
I think no,
that Korean teenager was Faker, the GOAT of gaming.
Faker.
And recently, he received the highest honor possible for a South Korean athlete.
One second.
One that changed.
Oh fuck, I fucked it up, chat. Oh no. I just wanted to see when this came out a month ago. Sorry. I tried to tab out and I messed it up. Sorry about the chat.
Changed how we understand his career and esports. But to understand why that honor exists, we first have to look at the wreckage where it all started. Before we go any further, let me be clear. This video focuses primarily on gaming and esports like MOBAs, FPSs, RTSs, and fighting games. Basically anywhere you're getting your butt kicked by an Asian while they call you Chobo or Tainyo. That's because competitive gaming is the only place we can really compare performance across regions. Other types of gaming are harder to measure. There's no official scoreboards, no databases for stats, and everyone has a different opinion on what winning looks like.
I'm a winner.
When someone's playing Animal Crossing or Candy Crush, there's no universal scoreboard showing who's better. Even for games like Elden Ring with the PvP function, it doesn't necessarily translate into an esport.
I swear that
but in esports,
Candy Crush
we
would have
sizable prize pools, we have tournament results, ranking systems, and performance data. Stuff that's measurable. This is why competitive gaming data gives us such a clear picture of regional patterns. In StarCraft, the trophy was essentially a permanent resident of Seoul for 2 decades. League of Legends show a very similar pattern.
Yeah, SKT, Samsung White, SKT, Samsung White, Samsung Galaxy, sorry. Damwon Gaming. DRX, T1. There's a lot of SKT here, that's for sure. Invictus Gaming, Fun Plus Phoenix. I actually like the Fun Plus Phoenix skins. Edward Gaming, yeah.
The very top. Korean teams claimed 8 world championship titles, while Chinese teams won 3, revealing an internal rivalry.
Wait, I also want to wait. Can I go back for this for a second? Oh, they do have it. Okay. I was gonna say, because I feel like he kept leaving out Fnatic into this, right? Because he kept saying that like only the Asian teams have won a game, but Fnatic is a European team that won it. So there's one European team that won a League of Legends championship, and that's it. That was the last time the West has won a League of Legends championship. Shout out to Fnatic for being the only one, and it was in the first one, and they've never won again. Shout out to then there's the Taipei Assassins, and then after that it's just been all Korea, and then China, and then Korea again.
So a very similar pattern at the very top.
Wait, what? DMG,
Korean teams
Suning.
claimed 8 world championship titles, while Chinese teams won 3, revealing an internal rivalry that has defined the game's history.
China.
This has been a 2-decade pattern of consistent excellence across several game titles and genres like StarCraft, League of Legends, and Arena of Valor. To understand how Korea...
I think in I almost said in Damn One. I think in the International, right, for... Oh my god, I don't remember what the other MOBA was called. Why can't I remember what that MOBA is called? But yeah, I think the other MOBA is a little bit more diverse, right? Or is it Russian players who do well in it? Oh my god, why can't I think of that game right now? Oh, what? I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, that game, the other MOBA, that game, I think it's a little bit more Western or Russian players. I forget. Mobile Legends, Bang Bang? No. It's I can't remember what it's called. It's gone out of my head. I won't remember it unless I look it up. But yeah,
we need to look at how they became the first region to crack the code on systematic gaming dominance. The 1997 IMF crisis devastated South
2. I
Korea's
think Dota 2 is
economy
more.
and sent unemployment soaring, especially among young people. The carnage was so severe that South Korea saw a tragic spike in suicide rates, eventually becoming one of the highest in the world. Ashley covered this in detail in another video here. Basically, when it feels like society is imploding, you look for emotional outlets. Enter PC bungs, aka internet cafes. Affordable escape hatches that made perfect sense in the wreckage. But there was a hidden economic reason why these cafes became the ultimate equalizer. And it had nothing to do with the games themselves. A top-tier gaming PC and high-speed internet would cost thousands of dollars that families simply couldn't afford after the collapse. But for just a few dollars, you could spend entire days in PC bungs with high-end gear, air conditioning, and a community of gamers surviving on cheap ramen while escaping the ugly economic reality. Most importantly, PC Bongs created a space where your economic status did not matter, only your gaming skills. In other countries, you needed a lot of money to buy a console or a PC. But in Korea, anyone could play on a pro-level computer for just a few dollars.
And that's why what I've heard is that in Korea, when you play League of Legends, if it feels like it's not going to do or go well, they just FF, like immediately. Like they FF so fast in Korea. Not because they don't think there's a way to do it, but not that they don't think there's a way to win, but there's just a lot. It's a lot more worth it for them to just FF right now and get into another game and get a quicker start, right? Because they have to play at PC Bongs, so it's literally worth it more. It's more economic for them to FF at 15 than for them to play an entire game out and see whether or not they may or may not win.
It made gaming something that everyone could do, not just the rich. Remember, at that time, the N64 cartridge costed $60, which is almost $120 in today's money. What made PC Bongs special was that Korea's internet was lightning fast, putting the rest of the world to shame. In gaming, ping is the delay between your click and the action, and at the elite level, even 50 milliseconds is the difference between victory and defeat. Yeah. Most players think they're...
That's why a lot of people go over to Korea to boot camp, because on stage you have 0 ping, and I think in Korea you have like something like 7 or 5 ping. So that's why people go and like do... I know a lot about... Chat, I used to play a lot of League of Legends. I know a lot about all this stuff.
Losing because of bad luck or slow thumbs, but the truth is much more permanent. Yeah. It's about how your nervous system was actually wired before you even started the match.
Yeah.
Let's test your own reaction time right now. The first target that you saw, that's a 100 millisecond window, what most casual players work with. The second one that barely flashed, that's 10 milliseconds. That's what a Korean pro expects every single time they click. When Korean players developed their muscle memory on 10 millisecond ping, they trained their reflexes to expect instant responses. Players in other regions practicing on 60 to 100 millisecond connections.
I played on like
fundamentally
40
different
for League.
neural pathways. It's like learning piano on a perfectly tuned instrument versus one with sticky keys. Practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. And that wiring became a lasting advantage. If you're wondering why your own rank has plateaued despite all your practice, the answer might be hidden in how your nervous system was actually wired. Stick with me, because at the end, I'm going to show you how to fix your soil, even if you don't live in Seoul. Now, the Korean government took notice of what PC Bongs had created. They saw that millions of people gathering to play games competitively was a real potential that could be developed. The government set up the Korean Esports Association in 2000 and gave official support to competitive gaming.
That's pretty
This government
cool.
support made gaming a legitimate career path.
All it needs, chat, all these like infrastructures and stuff like that, right? With esports and stuff like that, all they need is a little push. They just need a little support from someone who actually cares, right? Like, I know they've had like some NBA teams buy up spots for stuff. I don't know if I really trust them, right? Because they're just like investors. They're just like investors throwing in money, and when it wasn't profitable anymore, they just like threw it away, right? You need someone like Charlie, right, with his Moist Esports, who's really, even though he's operating at a loss, he doesn't care because he'd rather just have these people on roster, and he loves the whole thing about esports, especially with Apex, right? And some Moist players are actually pretty decent, especially in fighting games. I've seen a few of them, right? I've seen a few of them competing at EVO or TNS or something like that, right?
Complete with official rules and recognition. Mainstream media helped with the change, with TV broadcasting StarCraft matches on dedicated gaming channels, turning professional gamers into celebrities.
There it is.
Back in 2006, I was flipping TV channels in Korea and saw StarCraft on TV with full-on commentators.
Yep.
It hit me that my Zergling Rush game could have been so much better. Suddenly, gaming wasn't just a hobby.
There it is, chat. And from there on, you cease to become a laughingstock or looking unemployed. You just become someone that people could look up to if you are propped up that way, and it seems worth it, right? Like, for Western Western players, it's more worth it for them to just be a content creator than to actually try to win a tournament or something. Especially in League of Legends. I'm a huge hater of Western League of Legends. I know they're so dog. Like every time someone, I'm such a hater that when people are like, "Oh, maybe this year, we have such a great team for this LCS team and blah blah blah," and I'm like, "No, they're gonna be sent home. They're gonna be one of the first to be sent home." Unfortunately, I'm right every time.
It was a spectator sport with massive audiences. Players like Lim Boxer Yo Huan became household names, inspiring entire generations to pursue competitive gaming. As competitive gaming got serious, professional teams established training houses where players lived together, practiced systematically, and grew under structured coaching systems, all modeled after Korea's intense approach to education. When I was teaching grade 11, I met students with 120 APM, a speed that would be lightning fast anywhere else, who were being scouted but simply didn't make the cut. You might think 120 clicks a minute is fast. That's 2 every second. But in the Korean pro scene,
those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Pros are hitting 400 to 500 clicks a minute. It sounds less like gaming and much more like a machine gun.
It's high science, man. It's art form.
The bar was set that high because the development programs created such deep talent pools. Clear talent pipelines emerged as a result. PC Bongs identified promising players, amateur leagues provided stepping stones, and professional teams offered careers with big money waiting at the top. The irrigation system was brutal, but effective. Korea applied the Confucian grind ethic with devastating precision. Players trained 12 to 14 hours daily, analyzing replays, studying opponents, and perfecting mechanical execution with the same relentless intensity Korean students brought.
Yeah, chat, I'm telling you, as someone who had played League of Legends for 6 hours a day, and mind you, I wasn't in there to win. I was trying to get clips for a TikTok that I used to have, right? I would like sometimes pop off with like every week I would have a few 100,000 view TikToks. I got like 10,000 followers. I have never been more burnt out on a game than League of Legends. And it sucks because I miss some of my favorite characters, right? I loved Riven, I loved Yasuo, I loved Akali. You can kind of tell by me naming those characters, if you play these games, you know what kind of content I was making. But eventually, dude, it just caught up with me. And I just couldn't do it anymore. I fucking hated the game and hated playing it so often, right? That's what I used to do. Like, I even streamed it as well. Like, so imagine that, but 12 hours a day, every single day. It's kind of nuts, dude. They have they have like, what is it? Gaming in the morning, some VOD reviews, going over coaching and stuff, and then, some more gaming and scrims, and then after you might stream a few hours before going to bed.
To the Sunang exams.
It's so much gaming.
Players so dominant that the
for one game, mind you. Like, I could play 12-hour games, 12 hours a day if it's like multiple games, but just one game, if I don't like it that much, I'm going to hate it.
Sports excellence at the highest level. Remember that honor?
Dude, I always liked the Summoner's
Faker's
Cup.
achievement earned him an exemption from mandatory military service, a privilege usually reserved for Olympic gold medalists.
Which some people are confused because some people will be like, oh my God, oh, this was in Hangzhou. Some people were like, why is Faker exempt from military service, but someone like BTS isn't? Faker is a gold medalist. He got a gold medal at the Hangzhou Asian Games. It counts as a gold medal, so that's why he was exempt from military service.
That's how seriously Korea takes competitive gaming.
He's technically a national athlete.
Major StarCraft tournaments were offering up to 100,000 prize pools by the 2000s. That's serious money when the average Korean salary was around 18,000 per year at the time.
Yeah.
How players could win more from a single tournament win than most people made annually. Korean dominance in StarCraft attracted more investment, better players, and advanced training facilities. Each generation of successful players became coaches and mentors for the next, creating knowledge that built up over decades. The snowball had become an avalanche. This success created what experts call a moat. It's like a giant barrier that can make it very hard for other countries to catch up. You can copy the trading schedules, the team houses, but you can't easily replicate decades of accumulated knowledge, cultural acceptance, and systematic talent development. Those PC bombs that started as community escape hatches evolved into professional scouting laboratories, places where talent scouts could watch thousands of players and identify the next generation of champions. Or could you? Let's turn to China.
On your left, Chinese esports.
Korea created the template, but by the mid-2010s, China took everything we talked about for Korea and scaled it. In typical Chinese fashion, China made it bigger and better in a way that dwarfed all competitors. Here's the crucial business reality. The gaming industry will heavily prioritize China because of its massive consumer base. To understand China's dominance, you have to realize that they aren't just a large market. They've created a demographic gravity well so strong.
And it also helps that with China, they own these games now, right? League of Legends has been owned by Tencent for years. So, and that's why unfortunately, despite how much I hate League of Legends, it will never EOS, even though I would really want it to EOS. It might EOS in the West or something like that, right? It might get to a point where you won't find a game, but China will still play it because China and Korea, they still love League of Legends.
It actually warps how games are made in the West.
Yeah.
China boasts around 723 million gamers. That's the entire population of the United States, plus Indonesia, plus Brazil combined. And that's gamers, not just regular people. Korea's gaming market generates around 7 billion annually, but China hits around 50 billion, making it the world's largest gaming market. China's market is like a giant magnet. It's so big that game companies all over the world have to follow China's rules just to be allowed to sell their games there.
Activision.
And they even get their own version of games. For example, games like PUBG Mobile and League of Legends Wild Rift have their own Chinese versions with different content and monetization systems from the global counterpart.
I will sometimes go on Xiaohongshu and, you know, just like I would do with TikTok, right? So sometimes I'll go on Xiaohongshu and I'll just like brain rot and stuff like that. And I'll go through like content and stuff like that. And I could see like a live and I'll click on a live and then I'll start scrolling the lives. Dude, the games that they have in China, I've never even heard of them. Right? Some of this stuff is weird as hell. A lot of it's just going to be Genshin Impact. But a lot of it is some crazy as, like right now, I wish I could show you my screen. What is this game, brother? I don't even know what this is. I don't know what that is. Oh, that was just Genshin Impact. That was just Genshin Impact again. What game is this? It's like a mobile battle royale. And they're like fighting in China. What is this? I don't know what game this is. So they have like some insane games that they stream over there, dude.
If China wanted a different version of your game, you build it, or you lose out on 700 million players.
Can't afford that.
But that raises an interesting contrast. While China surged ahead by diving headfirst into mobile, Japan, the country that literally invented the console in your living room, made a single strategic choice in the 2010s that effectively killed their chances at dominating esports.
They actually got really late into the game for League of Legends as well. I remember when Japan got their own server. It was before they didn't even play in their own server, right? And then they ended up having a Japanese server like way later on, right? 2019, I don't remember when it was, but they came into League of Legends with their own server pretty late.
Most people don't even realize was a mistake, and more on that later. China's scale creates massive business incentives. A successful esports tournament in Korea might reach 2 to 3 million viewers, while the same tournament in China can reach 100 million viewers. Prize pools and sponsorship deals dwarf traditional regional leagues, which means Chinese esports can support a much larger professional ecosystem than any other region. At the same time in the 2010s, the Chinese government started treating esports seriously through official recognition. Not quite at the Olympic sport level, but giving competitive gaming a legit status in its national sports programs. Like Korea, it was a top-down policy decision that transformed gaming from entertainment into a more respected pursuit.
I'm telling you, chat. Like he says, he's the one. He's been saying this, that you need to give these people room to grow and room to flourish. You guys, people, the West wants to. I guess people in the West don't really care about esports, right? But as someone myself who loves esports, I used to love watching League of Legends. I watched the Worlds. I watch it every year. I even watched last year, despite hating it. Right, I watch SKT will get like their latest game, but a lot of the Western companies, bro, they just don't care. Or a lot of the West, they just see it as like a waste of time and being unemployed.
This is fabulous.
Massive investment from tech giants like Tencent, which owns Riot, built professional leagues and pro arenas. Prize pools were huge.
Dude,
KPL
you gotta
Global
see this.
Championship offered
You gotta see the stuff that they do for Worlds in China. Whenever Worlds goes to China, it's always insane.
around $9 million, while Korea's LCK sat around 400,000.
Yeah.
And then came 2014, the great talent drain. China opened its checkbook and triggered the biggest free agency frenzy esports had ever seen.
I remember this because there were so many. I think Marin. I think it was around the time Marin got scouted. Easy Hoon. I'm trying to think of other players. I think Bengi is a coach, so I don't think he got bought up. But China has been buying up so much Korean talent. You'll go and like look up. Oh, I'm trying to think of who from FPX is Korean. I can't remember.
Top Korean players and coaches got contracts that were often double or triple what Korean teams could offer. Star players like Deft, Mata, Rookie, and Pawn all moved to Chinese
These all
teams
Korean
this
players.
period. Although this migration has slowed in recent years as Korean salaries improved, the impact during that crucial period helped accelerate Chinese dominance. China didn't just import talent. They grew their own stars like Uzi, Mako, and Jackie Love. Where Korea had Seoul as its main
Jackie
hub,
Love
China
is such
had
an
several
insane
mega
player.
cities like
I
Shanghai,
loved watching
Beijing,
Jackie
and
Love.
Shenzhen with strong.
I love watching like Jackie Love, 369. Is it SOFM? These players are so good.
Milliseconds, it was hovering at around 12. The scale difference is staggering. Korea's player base sits in the millions. China's estimates run in the tens of millions of players. If a game like League of Legends had 75 million active players, the top 1% would be 750,000 elite prospects. Korea refined their elite through brutal training regimens. China simply has so many elite players that raw volume became its own advantage.
Pay attention, and you can learn a lot.
That massive player base creates the critical mass to support all kinds of competitive scenes. Unlike Korea's PC-dominated ecosystem, China created a parallel path through mobile esports as a business strategy. All you needed was a smartphone and a data connection. That's huge in a country where incomes were lower than Korea's, and where the smartphone boom made gaming possible everywhere. Students in smaller cities...
That's why all these games are mobile games, right? That's why games like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star, any Hoyoverse game, Wuthering Waves, just not as much because it's not that great. Arknight's Enfield, like all these games these are all mobile games. Just because the Chinese market is just mobile games, right?
Or accounts could jump straight into
that is why we have Diablo Immortal. No, Diablo Immortal was a cash grab. It's not that they didn't make a mobile game because they just wanted to have a mobile game for a different market. They made it a mobile game because they're greedy. This is different. The Chinese games are mobile games because there's just that's just their market. They just have mobile gamers, right? I even looked at right now when I was looking at that weird game that was a battle royale from a Chinese streamer. He's on an iPad. He's playing on an iPad, right? Because this is mobile gaming. This is what they do over there.
Honor of Kings tournaments without ever stepping into a gaming cafe. And at its peak, Honor of Kings had over 100 million daily active users. More players playing one game in a day than the entire population of South and North Korea combined. China leveraged mobile to reach its massive population in ways PC gaming never could, turning the platform into a core pillar of its esports dominance. But while China was perfecting this mobile strategy, another region was watching closely. A region with no PC bomb culture, no government support, no billion-dollar infrastructure. Just smartphones, data plans, and something Korea and China couldn't replicate. Pure hunger. Southeast Asia was about to crash the party. China's case raises an interesting contrast. While China surged ahead, Japan, the birthplace of modern gaming culture, followed a very different path. Despite inventing so much of the gaming world we know today, Japan somehow missed the esports boom.
That's interesting. The Japanese exemption, why infrastructure and the team play matters.
Japan is the OG of global gaming culture. If you grew up playing games, your childhood was probably built by Japanese hands.
Right.
From arcade classics to iconic consoles, Japan had early global dominance in competitive gaming, setting the stage for everything we just talked about. But here's a strange irony. While Korea and China were building the future of esports, the country that literally invented the console in your living room was missing the bus entirely.
Right.
Major players like Sony and Nintendo doubled down on family-friendly console markets instead of building esports ecosystems. That was a crucial missed opportunity. This story reveals what happens when your soil is perfectly fertilized for one type of success, but stays completely dry for another. Even foundational expertise can't sustain competitive dominance without the right conditions. The market data tells the story. Japan's $18 billion gaming industry is a global top 3 powerhouse, yet PC gaming represents less than 5% of that spend. The esports disparity is even starker. Japan's scene sits at roughly $100 to $150 million, while China operates in the multi-billion-dollar range.
I'm trying to think, because the only esports that I know coming out of Japan, I think Apex Legends had some really good Japanese team. I heard they were going crazy for Apex. And then you have people like the Japanese fighting game players, right? You have like people like I think it's the 5 deities of Japan, or the 5 deities of fighting games, right? Those guys were insane. Fighting games is just so, you don't really need a whole company behind you to be a fighting game player, right? That's why if you've seen like I think Saudi Arabian players, or I forgot from where, so somewhere in the Middle East, if you've seen these people playing fighting games, and a lot of them are insanely good, right? Middle Eastern players are really, really good at fighting games. They like jerry-rig some crazy shit just to have a fight stick, right? You don't really need this whole infrastructure to be a fighting game player, but at the same time, they're not really gonna have, like, I can't name you. I couldn't tell you an achievement of a Japanese League of Legends player. I can't. I'm sorry. The game from Pakistan who played in the Tekken tournament. Yeah, there's a lot of Pakistani players who are really, really good. Like I said, Angry Bird. He's someone from the Middle East. Angry Bird. He's an Evo champion for Street Fighter, right? But I cannot name a single good team from Japan for League of Legends. I could do it for China and I could do it for Korea, but for like the team players, I can't really think of any for like these games, right?
The reason? Government rules. The government! Japan didn't officially recognize esports until 2018 because of strict gambling laws that cap prize pools at roughly $900. Pocket change when compared to the multi-million-dollar purses in Korea and China. While Korea built infrastructure for 15 years and China invested billions, Japan was legally prohibited from competing. Riot only launched the LJL, Japan's League of Legends team, in 2014. Even today, LJL teams are mostly semi-pro, while Japanese teams like Detonation, Focus Me do compete globally at events like League of Legends
Government
Worlds.
regulations. Dude, Chinese teams and Korean teams are literally backed by billion-dollar company. They're backed by social medias. Billy Gaming, Weibo Gaming, you know, SKT. Do you know what SK Telecom is? It's a phone company, right? Like all the DFM, their own streaming service had a team, Afrika Freaks. Afrika is their streaming platform over there in Korea.
Remain modest. Besides having straight laws, Japanese game companies found a faster way to make money that didn't involve esports. This is the strategic choice I mentioned earlier. Picture this: if you're a Japanese.
Also, I really thought that LJL was a lot sooner. I said like 2017. It was 2014 when the LJL came out. Mind you, I think League of Legends came out in 2009.
Game developer, you have 2 doors in front of you. Door A: spend millions building a balanced esport that may pay off in 5 years. Door B: release a new gacha character and make 10 million by Monday morning. Now imagine if you're a CEO. Your board of directors is breathing down your neck about quarterly earnings. Which door are you picking? Japan picked door B, and honestly, from a pure business perspective, it's hard to blame them.
This
is the way.
Uma Musume, or Kira-san Black, probably by herself just made $36 million for Psy Games. unfortunately, they made their choice. It happens, dude. Grandpa Gacha game, FGO, has been going like 2 decades, and they still on anniversaries and some points hit top 5, sometimes top gacha game, like 60 million at one point. From just, these are monthly, mind you. These are monthly revenue reports. I know. I look at them, and this is just mobile. They're getting like insane cash from gacha games.
Japanese mobile games use these gacha systems where players spend money to win game items like a digital lottery.
Mind you, like the IPs that they have, like Dragon Ball Dokkan and Dragon Ball Legends, I think these games, a lot of the mobile anime gacha games, I don't know if it's on IP alone or that they're just good games, but they stay like at the mid-range, right? Like mid couple $1 million a month.
That Japan couldn't do esports. It's that the math didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Developers decided to focus on getting players to spend money on random rewards, placing fewer resources in growing esports. This focus on individual spending reinforced a long-time cultural trend. Japan's gaming culture revolved around console and mobile platforms rather than PC gaming. So while Korea and China went ham on team-based PC games, Japan's gaming ecosystem centered on single-player console games and arcade experiences. Think Nintendo handhelds, arcade fighting games, and console JRPGs. All excellent games that are actually my personal jam, but they don't teach you how to coordinate with 4 other teammates in clutch situations. Japan didn't actually fail at gaming. They just made a choice on their cultural skill tree that left them world-class.
Yeah, they just went a different route, right? Like, as much as I'm like ragging on them and talking about Japan and the way they ended up going, they didn't make a wrong choice. They just made a different choice, right? They just decided to go a different route. And honestly, it's not bad. It's worked out for them. It's worked out for them, that's for sure.
At one thing, but completely helpless at another.
Yeah,
basically, they maxed out individual precision and frame data in fighting games.
That's why there's so many good Japanese
completely empty.
Fighting players have proven. That's why there's so many good Japanese fighting game players, because it's individual. You yourself, you go up there. You're up there by yourself when you're playing, right? Even when there's no like. I'm trying to think of I guess 2xKO, but even 2xKO, you're by yourself up there. It's just you, yourself, and the other guy. That's why I really like fighting games. There's no one else to blame but yourself.
Their excellence time and time again. Daigo Umehara became a global legend by winning
Daigo, the
multiple
Daigo
titles
counter
in Street Fighter, with
Let's
finals
go,
that
Justin!
drew hundreds of thousands of viewers online. Japanese competitors also dominate rhythm games like Beatmania and DDR, as well as puzzle battles like Puyo Puyo and Tetris.
Really?
Glory to mankind.
I love Nier Automata.
Here's the key distinction. Individual competitive games operate in completely different worlds than major team-based esports. Yes, they demand incredible skill, but they don't require massive infrastructure investments like team houses, coaching staffs, or synchronized practice schedules, and the money reflects that. EVO prize pools are usually in the tens of thousands, far cry from the multi-million-dollar purses in top.
Chat, at EVO, there was a prize pool of $7 when I think at 4th place. I believe the money you won at 4th place, and I think one of the games was like $7. Mind you, it was like thousands of dollars the first one. I think the other, or 1,000 or like 100, like a few $100s the first one. Second one was like a few $100s, and the third one was like literally like 4th place was like literally $7. Chat, have you ever played Street Fighter with $7 on the line? It's like that, and then like the Chipotle gift card, free entree. That's all you really get at EVO if you don't do that well.
Esports. The audiences are smaller, and the professional pathways less developed compared to esports tournaments that can sustain entire.
Yeah, it's not like a lot of people watching it or people attending. Everyone who attends EVO, they're there to play. That's what I really like about it too, is that anyone can really pick up a stick and try to get good at a fighting game. You don't even have to. This is what surprised me the most, as someone who played a lot of League of Legends and stuff like that, where getting into a tournament means you have to be at a certain skill level. There's no skill cap for fighting games. Just show up and sign up, pay the fee, and you're in there, dude. You are now an EVO player.
But the landscape is shifting in ways that challenge traditional hierarchies. The biggest esports games with the biggest prizes will keep pulling in the best talent, which is why Asia still dominates titles like League of Legends and StarCraft. But when a brand new esports launches, everyone is starting from scratch, so the advantages of history matter less. Think of a global esports map like a hunting ground. Korea and China camp the elephant spawns, games with massive prize pools, while leaving the rabbits for everyone else. A rabbit like Valorant, $2 million. An elephant like League, $5 million. And the blue whale of esports, Dota's International, $40 million.
$40 million
for
the
teams with
international.
elite infrastructure and 2 decades of accumulated expertise. Any game with a prize pool under $2 million isn't worth the investment. And that leaves the door open for others. Riot Games poured resources into Valorant, building a strong global scene, and the results show. Brazilian underdogs Loud rose to world champion status, even knocking out Korea's DRX along the way. Asian challengers like Japan's Zeta Division and Singapore's Paper Rex also went deep into
I don't think I've ever heard of Paper
tournaments.
Rex.
Apex Legends tells a different story. That scene had been largely Western-led. North American giants like TSM dominate, and while Japan's Crazy Raccoon has built a loyal fan base, it hasn't cracked the global top tier.
At least we know what you are now.
And remember that region I mentioned earlier? The one with no PC bongs, no government backing, and no billion-dollar infrastructure?
Right.
Southeast Asia found their own path to the party, and they brought smartphones instead of gaming rigs. In Southeast Asia, mobile esports have exploded as a democratizing
I think Mobile Legends
force.
is insane.
Countries like the
SEA.
Philippines and Indonesia built powerhouses in Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Yeah, Mobile
where you
Legends.
don't need
Mobile
a
Legends Bang Bang, got
$1,000
it.
PC to compete, just a
Yeah.
smartphone and data. It's a practical choice in regions where a gaming rig can cost several months' salary. Mobile isn't
PC rigs are so insanely expensive now.
just a consolation prize, it's the
Yeah.
future. Mobile Legends tournaments in Southeast Asia has drawn tens of millions of viewers, rivaling the global audiences for PC esports. China's dominance in Honor of Kings and Southeast Asia's rise in Mobile Legends have turned mobile into the fastest growing front in global esports.
Oh yeah.
Moving forward, mobile esports is definitely something to keep an eye on, especially as the tech gets better.
This is the future.
And for non-Asian competition, North American and European investment is finally catching up. Team Liquid
That's good.
and Cloud9 now run facilities that rival Asia's.
Ooh.
Celebrity investors like Drake, Michael Jordan, and David Beckham have poured money into the scene. Even the NBA launched the 2K League in 2018 with about $1 million in annual prize pools.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Though Asian participation has been minimal.
I'm very surprised. I'm kinda surprised that 2K and all that stuff hasn't had a huge league, because that game gets so much money from normies, right? That's like a normie game. Everybody knows, like everyone I know who I've asked who isn't really a gamer, but I'm like, hey, do you play any games? They're like, yeah, I play one game. I'll play like 2K and stuff like that. Like 2K is like the normie game. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? No, not everyone has to be a hardcore gamer, but so things like 2K is really good for like people who want to just play like their favorite sport, right?
Slowly but surely, Asia's 2-decade lead is narrowing as the West borrows what works and invests.
Enduring competitive advantages.
Now, while the gap is closing, the advantages Korea and China built over decades are still tough to replicate. Their talent development systems remain the biggest edge. Korea has high schools and colleges that teach professional gaming as formal curriculum.
Yeah.
Players like Faker aren't just products of this system. At 27, he's still competing at the highest level in a scene where most pros burn out by 25. That longevity proves the soil doesn't just grow talent, it sustains it. Demographics provide another lasting advantage. Seoul and Shanghai pack significantly more people per square mile than most Western hubs. When you have that many players competing in one place, the talent pool stays deep across generations. And here's what Korea and China's success really teaches us. We spend too much time worrying about our seed, our natural talents, and not enough time building our own irrigation systems.
Yeah.
We're stuck in a plateau.
I mean, we've had some really good American-born talents, right? But to be honest, I feel like if I'm to be honest, I feel like if they didn't have the limited import slot rule in League of Legends, no one would really pick an American player, which sucks because people like Blabber was a homegrown Western talent. I think he's Canadian. Or is he? I think he's American. Blabber was a great talent. Smoothie was a great talent. You know, We have people like obviously like the famous ones, right? Double Lift, Sneaky. Like all these players are really good Western talent, right? Reckless for Europe. There's a lot of homegrown talent, but they're just unfortunately exceptions and not really the rules, right?
Whether it's in league or it's in your career, maybe it's not your mechanics. Maybe it's your environment. Are you practicing on high ping when you could switch servers? Are you solo queuing when you can join a team? Are you grinding without reviewing replays? Korea and China proved that the right systems, the right support networks, and the right culture can turn decent talent into world champions. That's not just an esports lesson, that's a life lesson. So fix your soil first. So here's my question for you. What's one thing you're changing about your soil this week? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, you'll like this one.
Not a goddamn thing. My esports days are behind me. I'm a gacha player now, brother. I ain't changing nothing, but yeah. This was dude, I loved it. I had a great time with this video because I'm someone who absolutely loves esports, right? I love watching esports. They're like my favorite things to watch, especially when Worlds comes around every year. I love it. But chat, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know how you guys feel. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye. Sim racing as a whole world, have a good examples. You might like, man, I don't give a fuck about sim racing, homie. No, I'm kidding. I'll watch it next time. Sim racing sounds pretty cool. I always wondered what racing, how, oh, I did not mean to close that, how good racing has evolved over the years, right? Because like all the racing games, I feel like they had to have had a jump in technology, right? At least I feel like it. Racing games are always cool. I've never gotten into racing though. I've played a few. The few times I've had a racing game in my life was like, what was it? A NASCAR game. And my dumbass, because I was a kid, right? I was a kid. The first thing I did, and the only things I did, was I raced backwards into oncoming traffic because it was funny to me. That's legitimately the only thing I've ever done in a racing game. That's it. Literally just racing backwards like a dumbass. Well, I mean, it happens. Boom, boom, boom. When you're very good, you can drive like for reals. Many gamers have been actual race drivers. One guy made his dream come true. I heard of that. That's a what's it called? That's a movie. I know there's a movie like that where the Gran Turismo. Isn't that what that is? Isn't that what that movie's about? It's about some guy like making his dreams come true about driving and stuff like that. My bad, fell asleep. Very underrated movie. I wish I'd watched it. Fell asleep, dude. You missed the stream. Oh shit! I'm about to get out. I'm about to hop out of here. The Genshin, at least the Genshin update's up. That guy is his name. Yeah, that guy. I'm about to get out of here and go watch some Freerun finally. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow Genshin again, because I got all my videos done today. So tomorrow Genshin. Don't really need to react tomorrow. I'll catch you next time. I'll be back tomorrow. And I'll be playing Genshin Impact because I'm trying to catch up with the Nodcry story. So I have like a bunch of I have a bunch of acts I have to catch up on. I'm on Act 4. Second season of Freerun is fire. I'm about to watch it right now. Chat. I'm hopping off. I'll see you gamers tomorrow.